such as increased strength. Do you realize that as we get older, do you realize how you don't have as much strength anymore? We're just not the same, right? Reduced inflammation. But you know, whenever you have any type of disease or pain or illness, there's inflammation present, right? And so this is going to reduce that inflammation. Increased stamina. You know, increased stamina, energy, vitality. That's one of the first things that people notice. Mental clarity. You know, I'm an interior designer by trade, and I have a lot of detail type projects, like little bitty. Anybody ever watch HGTV?
Yeah.
I love that show. And I mean, everything you do is something else. Electricity, you know, all these details. I would get overwhelmed. You know, work with all these different contractors and everything. But now I'm just as calm because I know it's going to get done. I can think clearly, or I don't forget where my keys are, stuff like that, right? So mental clarity is off the chain. Restored muscular skeletal systems. Anybody ever heard of osteoporosis? As we get older, our bones are less dense. So this patch is going to, you know, strengthen and restore those skeletal conditions. I already told you about what happened to me in Harvard that night when we wore that patch, that sleep. And sleep is so important, you guys, because that's when your body really begins to heal itself. It's very important. And improves skin appearance. So we've got people with conditions that are, you know, regular conditions, like just, you know, getting older, looking younger, but people that have acne, people that have vitiligo with the discoloration in their skin. I mean, the testimonies are off the chain. So we're here to achieve optimal health. And so we just are really excited that all these things that you're hearing and more are what we're receiving the benefits of from this patch. Now, here's a topography map, and this map basically describes what happened when they took a 77-year-old woman and they put the patch on the back of her neck. And they looked at her brain. Her brain had all kinds of inflammation in it. That orange area there, that is a reflection of inflammation in her brain. It's also a reflection of inflammation in our brains, most of us, right? And so this is just showing you what happened after 3 weeks. All the inflammation was gone, her brain was calmer, and the session 3, all the inflammation was gone 6 weeks later. So this could be your heart, this could be your lungs, you know, but you don't know this, and this is what we're trying to educate you on. So, next slide. Now, there's a lot of long-term results. Now, this is a result of the case studies. Remember I told you there was over 80 case studies that took place? And in those case studies, this is what they actually saw happen in those case studies. Over 4,000 genes began to reset in 4 days, in just a few days. Now, within 6 weeks, the brain becomes balanced. You know anybody that acts a little weird, you know? Maybe, I don't know, they have anxiety, maybe they have PTSD, maybe they're autistic, you know, maybe they have Alzheimer's. All of those conditions are a reflection of a brain that's unbalanced, and this is why in the case studies, these are the results that they saw in the case studies, right? These are the results. And within 3 months, the collagen was increased. That's very, see, collagen is not just in your skin. You know, women like to get those collagen creams and stuff, because they're very expensive and they make you look better. But it's not just on your skin, it's in your bones, it's in your muscles. Collagen is very important to the body, so it's now beginning to increase. Within 6 months, the heart reverses in age. Right now, I just want to tell you real quick, you know, they say that every 6 months that you wear this patch, your heart reverses 8 years. That's what they say. So I want to tell you about my friend Jeffrey. Jeffrey, for years, he had diabetes for 10 years. And about 4 years ago, he had a stroke. Left his whole left side paralyzed. He couldn't talk, couldn't walk, couldn't do anything. But the doctor would not let him leave the hospital without a pacemaker and a defibrillator. And his friend gave him some of these patches. And the first thing that happened within about 3 days, he noticed that he wasn't having to give all these insulin injections. He was doing them 5 days a week. 5 times a day, rather, 5 times a day. And but 6 weeks later, see, he had to go to the cardiologist every 6 weeks. And when he went back 6 weeks later, the cardiologist says, "Mr. Payton, what are you doing?" And he says, what do you mean, what am I doing? He says, well, your heart is no longer relying on that pacemaker. It's operating on its own. Can you believe that? That just lets you know the stem cells around his heart got to work because of the patch. So you don't have to have a pacemaker to benefit, from your heart being, just know. And so many people say, I don't feel anything. Well, do you feel your hair growing? Do you feel your nails growing? You don't feel a lot of things, but it's happening. You just have to believe and trust. This is proven. See, that's why we did the case studies. When you do case studies, you do a pack, you have to prove it. So I just want to make you understand what you have your hands on. Next slide, please. Now, how do you wear the patch? Very, very simple. You're just going to wear this patch any way you want to. I don't know if you can see it, but in the case studies, they put the patch behind the neck or below the belly button. But that's just because they wanted to control, the case studies. But when you put this on yourself, you can literally put it on anywhere. A lot of people put it right here on their wrist. You can put it anywhere. And because it's systematic and it sends a signal to your brain and tells your brain what to do. Okay? But when you put it on, remember these crystals in here, they're going to elevate those copper peptides and reactivate the stem cells in your body. And so you're just going to put it anywhere, let the patch do its work. Work 12 hours a day and take it off. You can start at 8 in the morning, take it off at 8 p.m. Next day, do the same thing. Drink plenty of water because this is a frequency patch and it operates with energy. So you have to have that water flowing through, that hydration going through your body. Also, the toxins are going to be pushed out of your body with that when it's detoxing, because it's definitely going to start detoxing you. And so, that's how it works. Very, very simple. All right, next slide. So now, I could go on and on. I told you all this technical stuff, right? But we could go on and on, but I don't think anything better than hearing real people who had experiences would demonstrate what this patch does. So the first person I want to bring up is someone that I literally have not known this lady very long, maybe 6 weeks or so or less. And she had a condition that really impressed me. I hear something every single day, but I want you to, Miss Lisa Craddock from Virginia, to come up here and share her testimony.
Hi, I'm Lisa Craddock, and I suffered with migraines for about really longer than 15 years, but debilitating migraines for about 15 years. And with the migraines, I had to be on Imitrex shots. I was on Ammovic shots. I was on what they call a Norivo, which goes on my arm, which sends electric shock to my brain. And then from there, I've had 2 strokes because of a migraine. And they wanted to do nerve blocks in my brain. I took the nerve blocks once, and the nerve blocks didn't work. They did it one more time, and it worked for about a week. And I'm like, that's too much pressure for me to go through to do it again. So they said, well, you're going to have to do something, because I was going back into stroke symptoms again from migraines. And one May, I was supposed to go back into doing nerve blocks. They were going to put nerve blocks on the left side of my brain and the right side of my brain. And I just prayed out and I asked God to help me. And He sent the technology that could help me. And I tell you, I was patched, and within 10 seconds, after putting the patch on, I was in a debilitating state at that point. My eyes opened up because I couldn't take the light in my eyes. My ears opened up, I couldn't take noise. And from that point, I had pressure, so much pressure in my forehead. I looked up and I could see, I could hear. My neck began to operate the way it's supposed to. And I had rotator cuff surgery. My arm began to move the way that it's supposed to. It went down my body. And from that point, I tell you, it's like everything in my body began to operate the way that it's supposed to. And I'm just so, so thankful for this patch. That God sent us. And I'm thankful for it. So thank you so much, Mr. Leader. I had one breakthrough migraine, but as soon as I put the patch on, the headache went straight away. And so It's been almost 2 months now,
No more migraines.
and I have not had the migraines.
And Lisa is next, by the way, so see, she's used to holding the mic. I'm not as used to much holding the mic as she is. She's a natural. Thank you, Lisa. We have another person that I want to bring to the front of the room to give their testimony, Mr. Roger Boswell. Roger Boswell? I don't, okay.
He's coming. Right here it is.
Oh, okay. All right. Please share your testimony. I hear it's incredible.
It's kind of hard to follow that. Good afternoon, y'all. My name is Roger Boswell. I've been wearing the patch for about 1 year now. I met my sponsor at a local event. He gave me 5 patches to try. I went home, I promptly put them on my counter, and that's where they stayed. A week later, he follows up with me, says, "How the patches doing?" I said, "They're doing great. They're on the counter." I promised him that I'd use the patches, and I have been since then. He gave me 5. Within the 3rd day, I was sleeping better. I had back surgery in '97. Been in low-level, constant pain 25 years now. I've done all the treatments you can think of, injections in the back, nerve block. I've done therapies. I was taking 120 milligrams of morphine a day, just so that I could mitigate pain to a tube. And that's where I've lived for the last 20 years, is at a tube. Within 3 days, I was sleeping an hour, hour and a half, versus 10 minutes where you have to move. And when you wake up after that, you are in a lot of pain in the morning. Within a month of taking the patches, I can now sleep all night long unless my dog wakes me up, and I wake up with no pain. Within 1 week, my back pain went away. I was almost at the point of asking for surgery on my hips. Within 1 month, that went away. I was getting legs, pins and needles in my legs, also went away. And I have what's called PAD, peripheral artery disease, in my lower legs. Can't get a pulse out of my feet without a machine. Now a doctor can get a pulse. I'm happy. My wife is on it as well. She also suffers from migraines. She's taken less than half the medication she used to take, and it's got it.
And you see, there's a difference. You know, Lisa's migraine went away immediately, and Roger's wife is, doing better. But so everybody's body is different. You cannot compare your body to everybody. This is not a drug. It's systematic. So thank you, Roger, for sharing your testimony. And we have one more person I want to share a testimony. We may get a chance to hear some more later, but I just want you to know so many. Miss Gwen Millsap from Fayetteville, North Carolina. And I will tell you, Gwen literally is the first one that on our team that I started in this area. This is all Gwen, So Gwen, share your testimony.
Okay, thank you. I'm going to be quick as I can. We had a function at our church on December the 8th, I think it was, for boot camp, trauma camp, okay? So I went, and of course I was working and doing everything with the church, and the lady she did a presentation. We didn't have any of this. She had a patch in her hand. That's all. That's all I saw. And so she was patching everybody, and I was the last one because, like I said, I was busy working. But anyway, I got in line and they put the patch. They explained what was going to happen. But let me tell you what I was dealing with. For 48 years, my daughter's 48 years old, when I delivered her, I started having back pains. My sciatic nerve went out while I was in labor so long. So anyway, I had that pain for 48 years. I lived with that. Ibuprofen until I couldn't take any more. Tylenol, whatever I could to relieve the pain. You know how we walk around and we get used to pain? That's what I was doing. When I could sit, I sit. When I could stand, I stand. But it was my life. And so when she put that patch on me, I was number 31 in the line. And she put it on me, and I started moving. And I'm like, oh, wow, I don't feel anything. Then my brain said, oh, yes, you do. That pain is not gone. But I started moving and dancing. When I looked around everybody in our church, she patched 30 people. They thought we were, if somebody had walked in, they would have thought we were on crack. We had people shouting and praising and bending and going on. It was all kind of movements. So from that day, I put that patch on. My sciatic nerve, it has been, I'm going to say healed, okay? We're in the house. I'm going to say healed. I have not had that. Now, when I overwork or do something, it may start to think it's coming back. No, I got X39, and I keep it on my body. But I learned to live with that. But after I got that delivered, I bought the patch on and stuck it on my husband's back after some persuasion. My husband has peripheral artery disease. He had neuropathy where he was in the house for 6 months, and all he could do is shuffle his feet like that. He was on a cane. Mr. Church couldn't go out and do anything. So when I came in the house and he saw me move, he said, "What do you want?" I said, "X39. So anyway, I said, "Hey, let me just put this on your back and we're going to see what happens." So I put the patch on him and I said, "I'll be back down here and check on him." 15 minutes later, I went back to check on him. I said, "Babe, how's he doing?" He didn't answer. So I went down to find him and he was gone. I went out and looked out my front window and his truck was gone. So about 20 minutes he came back and I said, "Where did you go?" He said, "I had to go down to the pond and just praise God for no pain." Now he had all of this started then. And the best part was, the first night, like Regina, my husband was a snoring machine. My brother that works at General Motors bought me a lifetime supply of earplugs. And I had to sleep with him. But my husband stopped snoring, and he has never snored since. So with that, I was glad I stay on it for life. But I just want to tell you, also, I had the pain, the problems with the veins in my leg, where I'd have severe cramps. That was added on. Every day I find something new that's happening to my body. But I just want to say, with that one patch, you don't need to scream like this. You don't need anything. You just need to know that X39 works, because that's all I saw was a patch. Okay.
We do have time for one more testimony. Does anybody have a powerful testimony that they just want to inspire? Okay, so lady back here has raised her hand to share her testimony, and then, we're going to keep moving. All right. Yeah, if you could take a couple of minutes and share your testimony. Thank you so much. I love that shirt.
Hello.
Hello.
If I could only tell you all how glad I am to be standing here today. I am a person who was hurt so many times in the military. My back was broken at the lumbar spine. And that lady right over in that corner, Josie Lewis, she was at my church at a health fair. And I was feeling bad that day. And something in my spirit said, "Go see what she got." And I said, "Ma'am, could you tell me what these little dots are?" And she said, "These are little patches. And you put them on your pressure points. You got 32 of them." I said, "Okay." And I wanted them for my back, my hips, my legs where I have nerve damage, and just, if I could, even when I had surgery on my foot a month ago, my foot had turned black as this man's jacket because I didn't have enough immune system to heal it. And I said, "Josie, I'm about to lose my foot."
Wow.
And she said, "Put some of those patches." I put 2 on there. Just zapped the infection out. I did that for 3 days. Look at my foot now. These are like that. I'm too cute to be in a wheelchair. Right here. And then I put one in the middle right here. I said, "Oh, I'm cooking with gas now." And then my eyes, since I have Sjogren's is where the autoimmune starts at your mucous membrane. it dries up all your saliva. And saliva keeps everything moist. Your skin, your hair. Those commercials are just lies when it says it's the conditioner and the shampoo. I found that out. And even your eyeballs, your nose, your mouth. And I was laying down. My throat would stick together when I lay down. And I was like, oh my God. Finally, I started putting the patches. I put one here, one to the neck. I said, good Lord, I'm cooking with gas.
If I get to the next slide, that's an incredible testimony. So next slide, please. So all of this information that I've shared with you, and you can find testimonies on this website here. This is at info.com. All those 80 case studies where they found all those results are there. That's actually published in PubMed. Okay. Then you've got all kind of physicians' testimonies. Everything you want to know, don't go Googling it. Go to This Is It Info because they have compiled all this information together so it'll be more accurate for you. All right. Is where we send even doctors, we send them to this site. So I'm going to take a pause right now because I've got a very special person that many of you came here to meet today. And he and his wife are out of, are out of the West Palm Beach area. It's been kind of crazy. I didn't probably tell you what's happening, but anyway, they are
Not ready.
not
This is live, y'all, so they're not ready.
okay. So what am I doing?
Just keep talking.
This is my husband. He had to force me to look at the first video. So don't give up on your spouse.
Guys, I'm going to step up here because I feel the spirit. I'm in the right place where we want to be. But guys, I'm going to tell you, I got the call, and Ken and I had, we had been in some other opportunities, and I asked my wife, I said, did you call Ken? Because you got those friends, when they call, what they want? Yeah. They want to borrow some money, get you in something. She said, no, you call him. And so I called him, and Ken, after he said, y'all ghosted me and all this other stuff, I said, Ken, what you want? Ken said, I got to meet you, I got something. So I met Ken in this neighborhood that we normally don't go to, especially at night. And we saved now, we can go back. And he gave me the patches. And I didn't know. I said, Ken, who's in this night? He said, just you and me. I said, and he told us about Steve and Gina and the success they had. I didn't know anything else. I said, I'm in. And we got in, we got the patch. And let's go back on being in church. I'm going to make correct some things. All that snoring she said I did, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't bad because sometimes I snore so hard, it wake me up. And so I got the patch, and I tell you, I didn't snore no more. But sometimes, guys, you know what I'm saying? Doing March Madness, I start snoring when I want to go watch that game. And she sent me upstairs. And the patch works. I'm telling you, the patch works. It makes you do some things you hadn't planned on doing. Now, we came to North Carolina before. Now, you got Tar Heels and Blue Devils, right? Yeah. Which one are Tar Heels? But anyway, we ain't gonna go there. Yeah, we ain't gonna go there because now South Carolina's gonna come after y'all. But guys, you don't even understand. You got the whole East Coast. This is big. Yeah. And in these types of companies, you want to get in when you know you can touch the leaders. And you know who the leaders are. And you can see, you're not sitting way back or in the balconies and you can't touch them. But I'm going to say this. In my house, see, all I had to do, see, guys, listen. How many people here know women like to spend money? Right? You know that. It's in their DNA. In network marketing, you got to be able to talk. Who talks more than anybody? Anyway, so my wife gave me that signal. Guys, stand up and give a round of applause. All the way from Florida. excuses, but because of y'all, they're here now. We all know church sleep is the best sleep. We don't want no sleeping. We want y'all paying attention. Okay? You can sleep later. And if you do this thing right, if you listen, you're ready to sleep whenever you want to. Okay? So those who ain't making money in their sleep, pay close attention. Look at her. Look how we're matching. All right, you want to take over? I know I am, but anyway, you're going to do a gooder job.
Okay, we're just getting the Zoom connected, guys. We apologize. We started yesterday at noon at the airport to depart, and it got delayed and delayed and delayed and delayed. And so Steve comes out, all the airlines are full. We're like, we have to get here. So we're like, okay, let's do a private plane. Walked out, booked it, and then of course, headwinds coming here. I'm like, okay, God, what are you protecting us from? Something, but we're okay. We're safe, we're sorry, that's all we can do. But we if this was not cheap, $20,000 to get here. But you're worth it. Yeah, you're worth it. So where are we at in the presentation? Everybody got patched, right? Right? Everybody got patched. Okay.
No.
No? Oh, we got to get some patches to you guys. Ingrid. In my ruler board is patches in the inside little zipper thing. Can you patch the people that are not patched, please? Okay, we'll get you. So hey, we're excited. We're from West Palm Beach, Florida. I'm a retired Delta Airlines flight attendant. Where's the exit? You're right there. Run out and follow me. Okay? But hey, we are so blessed. I'm telling you what. This is big, guys. Our driver is in here as well. They just brought us here. We patched them on the way. Actually, Ingrid and Tommy were videotaping them. But I'm telling you, this is way too big. And we want to just, first of all, welcome you to the Wake Up Tour. We're Charlotte. We got 2 more cities coming up for the Wake Up Tour. We got Fort Lauderdale on Monday. And then we've got Sarasota July 29th. The reason why I know them all is because I book them all. But I'm telling you, we call it a wake-up tour because we want to wake up people. This X39 patch is giving crazy results and crazy testimonies to anybody who wears the patch. You put it on, 12 hours on, 12 hours off, and miracles are happening. I'm telling you, your body is completely transformed. So the patch doesn't treat, cure, heal your body, but as you put it on, your body goes into a reboot. Your body starts to work on its own. I love it. It works with, it's activated by the light. It's absolutely incredible. It's phototherapy. For those of you who don't know what phototherapy is, Google it. It's absolutely fascinating. And I'm telling you, the testimonies are crazy, crazy, crazy. Real quick, my hair's growing like crazy. My skin is completely reversing. I'm 62. My eyes have reversed 2 notches back. I've been wearing the patch for 22 months. My gums are completely transformed, I had actually a procedure done. It cost $20,000, and it did not take. 10 days later, it did not take. And I've been wearing the patch for 22 months. My dentist and my orthodontist are completely blown away. They know my mouth. I know my mouth. It's just transformed. The veins in my legs, ladies, are getting better every day. It's crazy. And I don't know if you've ever had vein work done, but those needles are not fun. It is brutal. So I'm wearing this patch. I'm telling you, completely transformed. I was a flight attendant for 25 years, so my veins look, not bad, but they're getting absolutely looking young legs. I used to have restless leg syndrome. That's gone. Sleeping like a baby, mental clarity off the chart, energy and vitality. I can run circles around my 6.5 grandkids with my 6 grandkids. We got 1 in the oven. So I'm telling you, incredible, the energy, vitality, mental clarity. How many of you in here are sleeping better? Raise your hand. We're in the X39. Yeah? Okay, how many of you have mental clarity? Raise your hand. Okay, now this is the good one. How many of you in here are making money? everything. He doesn't want you to have just this or that. No, he wants you to have everything that you need and everything that you want. And I'm telling you, this is just absolutely incredible. David Schmidt, when he brought out this product, X39, the corporate said to him, we're going to charge $350 a sleeve. So this is what a sleeve looks like. There's 30 of these tiny little patches in it. So this is a sleeve. 30 patches are in here. So this is incredible. They said, corporate said $350 a sleeve. He said no. He went down to $250, then he went down to $150, or the corporate did, and he said no, no, no. He came up with $99 a month. Thank you, David Schmidt. Because it was completely affordable to anyone. Yesterday, when I was in the airport, I was talking to waiting on our driver to come back to pick us up, leaving the West Palm Airport to go back to our house, and I met this husband and wife and 2 little kids. I gave her our website, which is called thisisinfo.com. It's incredible. You don't have to stand there and talk and act like you know everything, because I don't know everything. I don't know too much. I just know you put this sucker on, you peel the paper on, you put it anywhere on your body, and your body does the work. So I'm literally talking to this couple, and so she goes, okay, I want your number. So she gets my number. I didn't get her number. She texts me on the way home. Whoa, this is amazing. She said, how much is it to wear it a day? I said, $3.30. She said, boy, are we going to help a lot of people. So I'm telling you what, you don't know who you're going to run into, but there are people that are praying on their knees, they're praying for their health, and they're praying for their finances, and we got it all. And let me tell you, this is your area, so get fired up. This is a big, bright opportunity. Like 2 people, the room is packed, it is full. So we want to welcome everyone. We apologize again for being late, out of our control. God's protecting us. And Steve, are you coming up? Where you at? Let's get this. We got 15 minutes to show the opportunity.
Okay. All right.
Okay, I keep a tight schedule, guys. So we're gonna have fun. You can laugh, you can giggle, you can cry. Don't be afraid to clap. You know, flight attendants don't like when you guys are like. Because when an emergency happens, y'all are looking like stunned. So we're not gonna look stunned. We're gonna look like we're on our game and we're fired up on the edge of our seat. And
All right. So hey, give Gina a hand. What's going on? This is just the beginning starting here in North Carolina. Congratulations for being here. We're excited that we're finally here, and we're looking forward to sharing with you everything that we know. We've only been involved for 22 months. But our friends are being blessed with their health, like Gina just explained, and they're being blessed because it's an opportunity of a lifetime. So the key is that, just like you heard the testimonies, you heard Verdita, you're going to hear a bunch of other my friends speaking, and you can see that people are learning and getting up to speed, just like you. If you were here for the very first time, we did the same thing you did 22 months ago. We started learning something new. But it's exciting, and no matter what age you are, to learn something new. I mean, if there's a way you can learn something.
If anybody needs a patch, raise your hand. You're just walking around with the patches.
Raise your hand. We got patches for everybody because we want everyone to get their feeling and start seeing what's going on with this incredible X39. So we got the presentation up here. Nate is running the Zoom. He can just kind of run the slides as I'm talking, but we're talking about the opportunity real quick. We're going to get this up to speed very quickly for you, but then we're going to have a training so that you know exactly what to do when you break out of here. So if you don't understand everything the very first time when you see the presentation, it's kind of like Gina was a flight attendant. She had to go for a month to flight attendant school. The first day she didn't know everything, okay? Same thing with everything that you had to do with your career. You didn't know everything that you needed to do right away. But I will give you something that's very comforting. The less you know, the more people that sign up with you. Is that amazing? I mean, the more you know, the more complicated you make it, and the more people are like, oh my gosh, I gotta learn all that? Don't get hung up on this. It's like the website that we have up there is still up there because I can't see what we're looking at, but if it says this is an info, that's your crutch. This minute somebody says, how does it work? Say, hey, that's a great question. I'm going to send you, this is an info. It's got the case studies, the doctor's reviews, everything you need to know. I mean, the only thing that you need to know is that for 22 months, every person that I've called, not one person knew that their stem cells are going dormant. Nobody.
And if you forget about everything that we talked about, how the X39 works, you just say stem cell. And people are like, it's like a pin to drop, and everybody wants to hear what you're saying. Nobody knows what stem cells do or what's going on. They don't know they make up every organ in your body. They do not know that they're going dormant. They don't know the testimonies that we've got here, so we just tell the testimonies. Nobody's heard of X39. Okay, someone might say, hey, somebody's I talked to heard about it. Okay, once in a while, maybe I bumped it. It's been around for 20 years, so I hope somebody heard about it, okay? But nobody really at all knows anything that's going on. So we are sitting on an opportunity of a lifetime. God did not have this happen just on a coincidence. It's like a gold platter was just handed to you if you really are serious about wanting to take advantage of something, okay? And I will say, in my case, I believe, and I might be in a different attitude than some of the other folks, but I believe from me seeing and talking to people for 22 months, there's more people praying for their finances than their health. Look around. Not too many people care as much as you think. Now, I'm not putting anybody under the bus. I know exactly what's going on. They are working, as I raised 4 kids, I got 6 grandkids, 1 on the way. I know what you have to do to make a living to raise that family, okay? It doesn't even matter if you got older kids nowadays, am I right? Okay, so you're not talking to someone that's just making things up, okay? I'm talking real life. People have to work 1 job, 2 jobs, 3 jobs, husband working, wife working, dog working, cat working, everybody's working. Nobody has time to go to the gym. You can't have time to make the right proper meals. You're all having to have fast food. That's why everybody's looking. It's not because they want to be. I want to help everybody the best I can, best I possibly can. And it's not. I'm not here with Bishop Jackson and the team if we're not speaking life into people and doing what's right. So you can tell somebody very quickly if they have the heart of the people in mind, if they want everybody to win. So we're just coming here today to cause a whirlwind and wake everybody up in Charlotte, North Carolina, and then we're going to go across the southeast because nobody knows anything what's happening. But look at this as our first meeting. Real quick, how does the comp plan work? I'm going to explain it fairly quickly, but I can give you word pictures along the way, and then we're going to teach you what's got to be done. So if you go to this slide right here, the company, just a little bit of the background, it's been around for 20 years. This is our 20th year anniversary. Been pretty much the best kept secret for about 18 and a half years until Gene and I heard about what's going on and we started teaching how to build the business part of it. So for 18 years it was mostly promoted by doctors, doing about $20 million a year for about that long, for about the last 12 years. Why? Because they basically just took the Lifewave products and promoted it to their patients. Everybody kept it a secret because the doctors never told anyone there was a business. Nobody said. The company wanted to be a business the entire 20 years, but no one's taking it serious and nobody's known what they're doing. I'll give you an example. The #1 country when we started was Japan. Okay? So I don't know what they were doing in Japan, but they were the #1 country. We started building it, and within 60 days of Gene and I coming here, we took it from Japan, and we're the #1 country since we started in America. Now, I've been on 3 trips and some conventions, meetings around the world, and bumped into these Japanese, and they're like hurrying around me, asking, how are you doing it? I'm not going and asking anyone how to do it, because we know what to do. They're like, oh, ask them, don't worry, I didn't give them any secrets. I saved it for all of you, okay? But the point is they're all asking, and I even got my friend Tony here. He's very good friends with my friend Danny McDaniel, who I just got to meet, because Tony we never knew each other before this business, but they've been longtime friends. And I was on a free trip not long ago in Mexico, and he's walking around like this, with this big smirk, and I'm like, Danny, why are you so excited? I've been talking to everybody here. Nobody knows what to do. We're the only ones. It's incredible what's about to happen. So get excited. I know I got to keep moving. All right. So the company, just before we started, the launch of X39 came, and there was a bit of a bump in North America. I don't think the clicker is going to tell them to click when I'm ready, but don't worry. Okay? I'm still on this page. So key is this, that the company was around, they just launched the X39, and sorry, I'm about to start over again. So the company, I'm just giving you a little history so you know where you're coming from, what we got our hands on. We were actually, when we prayed for over a year for the right company, the right product, it's something that all of our friends could win at. That was our main focus. That's why we're here. We spent all the money to come here for you. We don't need to be here. We know how to do it. We hit the highest rank in 23 days. We want you to win. Okay? So that's our goal. But the point is that when we did that, we were looking, one of the things we wanted to see, was there a bump or was there a possibility we could build it big in America? North America, because travel isn't what it used to be. Man, I've been trying to get out of West Palm Beach since noon yesterday. We went on a tour now, 14 cities, and we almost had to drive the entire time. I did not know between Dallas and Cincinnati how many deer there are. I'm from Wisconsin, my friends, right? And there were about 50 deer. I know you must know this when you're driving around, David, right? Because there were places where the deer were so much that the only thing we could find was a minivan. The airplanes, they kept delaying. Finally, we just had to go get a car. And I was driving along, and I'm making sure some are dodging, I'm slowing, making sure. So things that took like 4 hours took 6 hours, okay? One of the points, the deer were running right along Gina's door, right? I'm not making this up. And she's like, I didn't So, she didn't go to sleep, put it this way. We've been having a blast, having fun. I love this business for husbands and wives, right? Because you got to be around like-minded people that are going somewhere. You're not just all miserable thinking about we're going to work for the rest of our life. We're going to go on free trips, have fun. It's kind of a camaraderie thing that all of us need. Even us in the car together talking about the deer, all right, is got communication. Does that make sense? It's different. We're not just sitting there watching the tube, all right? So, anyways, where I was at is that they just started the X39 just before we came into the business, and it was doing about 100 million, okay? When we started 22 months ago, almost 23 months ago, July 1st, 2022, I made my first phone call, okay? I was praying. I didn't know what anyone was going to think. I said the word stem cell. Nobody knew what it was. They knew they needed to be healthy. It's about all. But they didn't know that they were going dormant. Not one person in 22 months, not even the doctors, know that their stem cells are going dormant. Think about it. You guys look like you've been going to a doctor for quite a while. Has any doctor said to you, wow, you know that your stem cells are going dormant as you age? No. Not a one. So something's going on, nobody knows. Okay? So that's all I've been telling people, and the reason why you're more prone to sickness, disease, recover slower. You ever hear of an old lady fall and her hip never recovers? Her stem cells are dormant. So what's going on is that is the reason. So if you just stick with that, keep it simple. No one ever heard of X39. It screams opportunity. So when I talk to people, I say the same thing all in one breath. I do not stay on the science only of the product, because the people that only want to hear the science and don't want to promote, I feel they're very selfish. Gina, we met some lady at a restaurant on her trip. We were in St. Louis, and the lady said she looked like some movie star, which she does, but the movie star wasn't as near as gorgeous as she is, right? And everybody wanted to know what we're doing in St. Louis. So we're launching this. I love the fact that it's a wearable. You just point in the back of your neck. Look, if their finances are hurting their health, what their health issues are from is because their finances. That's how I feel. Right? I'm a little different. First of all, the doctors don't even know the stem cells are going dormant, so someone's got to speak up around here. Right? I hope it's you, and I can tell you got some big mouths out there. I don't know exactly. All right, so anyways, Tony wouldn't be here if my friend Ken Burke wasn't at a get-together, a little men's get-together, and was speaking so loud that another friend overheard him speaking and said, can you tell me a little bit about that stem cell X something you're talking about? And now he's already at the highest rank called Elite Senior Presidential Director, which the company made a new rank. They haven't told anyone how to do it, and they don't teach how it works. But if you want to go to Bora Bora with us, like Ken and Lynn Robinson is the highest rank, they're an elite. So you're right here with people that know how to do it. We've got 8 of them on our team now, 8 of them, and no one's taught them how to do it except us. So because we know how to do it, we're teaching you how to do it. They make up a rank, but they didn't tell anyone how to get there, so it's exciting that we have this course. When we run on the team, we guys teach you how to do it. raised about 100 million right before we came in, and the company went to 430 million since we started with this all of us together as a team. Okay? And I will say, I'm not taking the credit. Don't you take the credit. Stay humble. My pastor, Dr. Jackson Wright said, or Bishop Jackson said, when you pray for something big for your family and for your friends, he's going to give you something so big that you cannot take the credit. You gotta give him the credit. So that's what's happening right here, okay? This is wild. We're on a rocket ship to 600 million. We're probably far past 500 million right now. We're going to go blow past $1 billion onto $2 billion. 60% of the money that comes in Lifewave gets paid out to you and me and my friends. So when we hit $1 billion, our friends, you and me, are going to get part of 600 million. How much do you want it? So that's the story. So that's what's happening. We're in 75 countries. If we were only a startup, which I don't like startups, usually don't start up, they're always saying, hey, we're going to get paid. These guys have been paying for 19 years every single week. They've paid us now 22 months every single week. Don't you like that? Yeah. We didn't have near the information that we got now. There was none of this momentum that we have happening. And the reason why most people don't succeed in a business like this, which you need to know, is because almost every networking company has the same products. They got supplements. They got skincare. Guys, you know what? I remember the company I was with, I've only signed up in this twice in my life. This is the third one because we were forced to, because we're not jumping around type people. But one of them, we had skincare. It's like very difficult for a guy who never wore skincare to say, now I'm going to start slapping this stuff on, right? So, and it's hard to carry it around and try this on, you know, when you're at the beach somewhere, like you want to try some of my skincare, or supplements. What are they really? You're putting in your hands, giving it to the guy's crazy. But putting a sticker on the way here, my friend, he's in the back videoing me, who's my driver, couldn't wait to get this to patch put on. He's from Colombia. We're going to take this Colombia to Colombia. Right? And we can't say his name because it's so long that I just call him Junior. So we call me Junior, right? Okay, so, am I right? And look, he's having fun, he's laughing. We're going to have a great, that's how simple this is. So, anyways, that's why most people, it's good to know so that when your friend says, how come I didn't succeed or my cousin didn't succeed? That's why. I mean, most of them have weight loss, and that's a very difficult product to promote. I mean, how do you go up to a man and say, ma'am, damn, you know what I mean? It's like, you can't even say it nicely, like, I've got this product that you can lose some weight. I mean, you know, if you ever wanted to. Not that you wanted to. And I mean, if they don't need to lose, or if it doesn't work, they get off, right? So I mean, here you're trying to promote this product. If it don't work, they get off. If it works, they get off. Who's saying on it? Think about this, all right? You got to have something that's unique, patented, exclusive. The testimonies will bring you to tears, and nobody else has it. So, okay, so that's the reason why they don't succeed. Go to the next slide. We're going to go through fast now, okay? We're the #1 momentum company. I think that's what's going to come out. Okay, we're the #1 momentum company in the entire industry. It was nowhere when we started, so if you're new today, which everybody's new here in North Carolina, nobody knew Lifewave when we started, and they didn't know, it was nowhere on the radar. So Business for Home registers these in Plopsy, so does Business Network. There's another one that's going to come up. They all track these companies, and nobody heard of us ever in the entire industry. Now we're #1. So you got that story, but guess what? Nobody still knows. Because that's stream opportunity. Okay? The next slide. All right? We're the #1 fastest growing team per the owner, inventor David Schmidt, per Ryan Barson, per Garrett Johnson, who's the president or vice president of North America. They gave us this graph when they said this was last year. Now it's gone blowing past that our growth from this team right here is faster than the company. Wow. Now, if you're the fastest growing company, we're the fastest growing company in an industry. I don't know what you do for a living, but #1, okay? And the company says you're the #1 team, fastest growing team in that company, meaning you're the #1 fastest growing team in the entire industry. Is that something big? Yeah. Get this. To tell you how much we all know this team of people. I'm talking about Anita. I'm talking about Bishop Jackson. He just got started, but he knows a lot. He's already gotten up to speed. Look at the church. right? Watch. Can you imagine saying, we're going to give you a 19-year start. Start running. We're going to all take a nap for 19 years and then we're going to start. And we pass everybody up. That's powerful. You know your team. Everybody knows as a team what to do when that happens. Next slide. Okay, this is another company that voted us the #1 fastest growing company in all networking. We just got the award. By the way, this is a picture of David Schmidt and Meredith Burkett. They're going to be at our convention at Believe. Don't take this lightly, okay? You're very sharp here in North Carolina. I figured you get this. If you want to win and succeed, you got to be at our Believe convention, which is going to be July 19th to the 20th. We have an optional church service. I encourage you to be there. Gina's going to be giving her testimony. I'm going to be giving mine. My friend Danny McDaniel is going to be giving the service. It's going to be off the chart. That's going to be on Sunday. So I encourage you to be there with us the whole time. Grasp the whole weekend, because after that, get ready. My friend Andy Hosier, who came to this event right here, he brought 60 people. Bishop, he skyrocketed to the highest. Am I right, Dan? Tony's in his team. Skyrocketed to the highest rank because he brought people with him. So you can't see real clearly, but there's a lot of people there, okay? Now I'm going to tell you real quick how the comp plan works without showing you the comp plan, mostly this morning, because I want to just make sure early afternoon how you see this, okay? These people there listen to David Schmidt, they listen to Meredith, they both are going to be at our event coming up in July. If the corporate people know they need to be there, you think you might want to be there, okay? You can't do anything in life unless you go to training. Gina had to go to a month flight attendant training. If you're in law school, you got to go, if you're an attorney, you got to go to law school. If you're a doctor, you got to go to med school. The great thing about this, you just got to figure out how to get there. It's so affordable. I mean, 4 people in a room is $350. Now, I negotiated my way out of high school, told the teachers, if you don't pass me, I'm coming back. Here's what I told them. And I've never seen another lick of school in my life, right? But I will tell you that it's a very weird situation where the guy that doesn't even like going to school is telling you to go to school. It's that important, okay? Because this is a game changer and you need to know what you're talking about. Imagine doing your career and you don't know what you're doing. Okay? Same thing here. You better know what you're doing. If we cram it in on a weekend, we don't even start till Friday night because we know everybody's at work. If it was a corporate time event, they start like on a Wednesday. They think everybody's just off work. We're cramming it in on Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday, okay? We might go late, Bishop, but you know what? We want to give everyone the info, okay? That's why we're here. So that's going to happen. Now, here is the word picture. See all those people there? Go to the next slide. I think the next one. There you go. See all these people? They're all taking notes. We've only had one of these so far. It was in Tampa at a church, Pastor Rodney Howard Brown's church. Yeah! I rented the church, not even thinking that it was in August and it's outside. But look at everybody, nobody left. We put everyone on fire, literally. 90 degrees outside. You know what's going to be the blessing for all of you? This one's inside. All right. On the Disney hotel outskirts of Disney, the Hilton Springs Hotel. Now watch. Everyone here, this is your word picture, is taking notes on how to build this franchise of promoting X39. Instead of promoting burgers and fries, sub sandwiches, sign shop, you know how many people are Googling tonight of opportunity and what they can do to make a living, possibly sign franchise? Don't ever do a franchise because you just bought yourself a job. How do I know from all my friends that used to own a franchise that are building this with me? My one friend said he owned a sub store and he smelled like pickles and onions, and he had to be in charge of teenagers. Imagine you probably already got kids. Imagine now you're in charge of a bunch of teenagers as well, right? This is interesting what we got our hands on. You got to see this, okay? The difference between this and any job you'll ever have, career. No one teaches this in school because the only thing a professor knows how to teach you to have is a job or a career, but you have to be there to make your money. Flight attendant, as long as you're there, you get paid. Even if you're the most prominent attorney here in town, as long as you show up for court, you get to keep your stuff. But if you can't show up for court, you start losing, am I right? Yeah. Okay, so this is totally different. The reason why everyone is going to have to do this in the next 36 months to 5 years is the cost of living. It's too much. You cannot put too many in here. If somebody says they're busy, I'm going to say, would you like to get a little unbusy? Because next year you're going to be more busy. Because there's only so many hours. You just got to keep putting more hours to keep up with the cost of living. And it's just going, I mean, nobody ever thought that the cost of a truck was going to be 3 or 4 times more than it was since the pandemic. And that wasn't long ago. Cost of living. No one thought if we got to dinner it'd be this much money. Cost of groceries. But when you don't have to put all the sweat equity in to make your income, you don't sweat so much. Now I'm going to show you the word picture. Okay? Remember, anything else you do, as long as you show up, you get paid. Imagine Gina saying, "Hey, airlines, I'm going to be gone for a month. Keep sending me a check." Not going to happen. Here's what happens here. No matter how hard I try, I can't stop anyone from patching people. Stop! They just keep patching. And they keep running for their dreams. When we started, it was just us two at the highest rank. Now we have almost 60 people at the highest rank. 8 people at the highest rank that they just launched. I can't stop them if I try. You see, that's different than you haven't done. I can go to my granddaughter's gymnastic meet, okay, without having to worry about doing homework and research for tomorrow's case that I got to be in, right? Or if something, God forbid, happened to me, the money keeps coming in. I can't stop it. Is that interesting? Yes. Your mailbox, I mean, well, they download it into your bank account, but they just keep sending it is what I'm trying to get at. Okay? No matter how hard you try. Gina's sister called me and said, "I think they paid us too much money." I'm like, "Don't tell me. You're going to ruin it for all of us." Right? That's how this works. I don't know if you ever go to your work and say, "I love this job," or "I appreciate it at least, but I just wish I got paid what I'm worth." Right. This you're going to be saying to yourself, "Man, I cannot believe for the effort that I put in, what the income I'm generating." But you got to get it. You got to understand it. It's not hard to understand. Remember, I negotiated my way to high school. If I can figure it out, so can you. You just got to figure it out. It's all about what you did here today. Whoever filled this room, you are on your game. You are sharp as anyone, or sharper than anyone that's ever signed up in Lifewave right here in North Carolina. Give yourselves a hand. This little talk that we're having this afternoon is going to be on their game, eyeballs much bigger, knowing exactly what to do, a bit of a swagger to your step because you know what to say, versus the person that said, "Oh, I'm too busy," and they made an excuse. Because whoever's here, there's the same excuse that was out there that didn't come. There's a person here today that has the exact same excuse and use that for a reason to be here. And that person is going to win. Whoever you are here tonight or today is going to win because you didn't accept it, and you're getting the knowledge on what to do and how to say it. Okay? So I want you to see that word. You can't stop it. Even in this room, I can't stop people from patching people. They're going to keep building their business for their own dreams. Now we're here putting everything we got into telling you how we did it. Okay? That's what we're going to do in the second session. We're going to tell you everything that we know what's going on. But I'm trying to give you what's happening in 22 months. Not one person or friend's person that I called knows their stem cells are going dormant in 22 months. No one's heard of the X39 that screams opportunity. So that's a heads up. So go to the next slide. Let's see what we got. Okay, this is where you register for the convention. This is at convention.com. There's very limited seats left. Don't miss it. Whatever my friend Todd Barwell, who's a new friend of mine, said, whatever you got, cancel it. Figure out how to be there. Okay? It's that powerful. So we only do one a year because I'll help you on this much. This gal and myself, we care about our friends, and you're my new friends now, okay? We're not going to ask you to waste your money. We raised our kids. We know how much it costs to raise your family. We would never say to come to something unless we know for sure you are going to be blessed. The company went and grew 40% the month that we had the last one. We only had one. Every single month, the company seems to have record volume. The biggest month they've ever had to date was in March, which is just a couple months ago. This isn't like 3 years, March ago. This is March. It is wild what's going on, and we don't want anyone to miss it. But you got to get what I'm saying. Everyone's got to be learning how to run their franchise, and that's why you're going to come to believe. Now, get this. A lot of times people think it's like a Tony Robbins thing, like I'm supposed to motivate you. Hey, if I gotta motivate you every Monday, that's gonna wear me out and I'll get tired of it. So I hope you're motivated. You wouldn't be here if you weren't, all right? Okay, so your job, it's not a Tony Robbins thing for you, even though, yeah, you're gonna get everything you need out of it, but the point is that you need people, 2 people, 10 people, rows and rows of people that are taking notes to learn how to build their franchise, because then they're going to go build it whether you try to stop them or not. Okay? It's like Tony here. He wants to pass me up. You want someone like that. I'm passing Steve up. Good. He was the raise the checkered flag. I want to help Tony pass me up.
Yes.
Kind of like your boss is helping you get his job. Different, remember? Isn't it different? It's a different atmosphere. It's a different type of attitude. It's like, you can't be, you got to be around this for the next 36 months. And I don't mean it's going to take that long to make money. It's going to take 36 months to solidify your company so that you've got 50, 60 people that have hit the highest rank of your team. Now, you know, they're all succeeding, so you know what's going to happen with or without you. You get it? If you're the only one making money, it's not solidified enough. Good thing you're making money, because now they can see you can happen, but you've got to solidify it. Okay, how are we doing on time? 1:15, we're supposed to be done at 1, right? Okay. Okay, whatever it is you're looking for, we want to help you get there. Our goal is to get all of our team out of debt in 2024. Everyone out of debt. There was a 17-year-old woman, a friend of mine, Colleen Crane, who's at the second highest ranked presidential director, and they have these names we're going to call people, but I'm a street smart person. I know that you do not want to be called another name. Okay? Don't call me a director. Don't call me a senior director. But for $25,000 a week, can we call you anything you want? You don't care. Call me anything, right? Just send me the money. Okay? So our goal is to help you win and succeed and get to wherever you want to get at with your dreams. We don't know what they are, but we know that most people, from what I'm seeing, we're not talking materialistic stuff. Just pay the house off. Just pay the car off. This lady said she's 72, the corporate America, and she was on her game in corporate America, loved it, but it actually beat her up with her health. Because if you would make this kind of money that we're talking today in a corporate scenario, you would be married to the company, you probably wouldn't see your family. And this is what happened to her. And her health went bad. She put the X39 on, boom! She's a whole new person, pays cash for the first time. Worked for corporate America her whole life, never paid cash for a car. She was able to pay cash for a car at 72. And she has her health. See, we got both. You want both. Okay, go to the next slide. So, you figure out what it is. Don't look at it, do I want to do it or not? We know you don't want to do it. You want the end result. That's right. But when you get around and you put the patch on, your attitude gets a lot better. Then you start making some money. Then you see the kind of people that are here that we really do care about you. You're like, oh my gosh, now I love doing this. But at first, we know you don't want to do it. Nobody wants to do something else, am I right? Who wants to learn something new, something different? But this is too big to pass up. Here we are on a free trip. Tony was there. We're going to be going to Punta Cana. This was in Mexico. We just came on. The company offers 4 free trips a year. When we got in, they only offered 1. And it was kind of like a small little teeny trip, right? Now there's unlimited amount of people. They only let 100 go on, remember? They only let 100. Now they let unlimited. You hit it, you get to go. Okay? So they listened to us. They've made the qualification so much easier. Yeah. David Schmidt is the owner. You've heard it from Verdita. He has a checkbook. It is open. And he can't wait to cut the check for you to go to Punta Cana. Make him pay. He wants you to pay. He wants to pay you. Right? Let's go. All right? So we're going to take an army, all right? Are we taking an army, Ken? Okay? So I can see Linda's back there saying, yes, we're taking an army to Punta Cana. You guys were on the last one. Did we have fun, Linda? A blast. No? Okay? All right, so next slide. Okay, real quick. How the comp plan works. You're going to get in, you're going to get yourself your own business. So that's you up there. You're in your own franchise type business. You only pick how many sleeves you want. So you just pick. I love this. We don't pressure you. Right, Bishop Jackson, we don't make them. No. You don't have to get whatever package. We tell you what one is best. From the people that have won and succeeded is the diamond package. But you can come in wherever you want and you can upgrade. You just pay the difference as you go. So if you came in as a silver, which is $300, so it's 3 sleeves. You want to get to the gold, you just pay the difference, $200, and you get 2 more sleeves. Then if you want to get to the diamond, our top selling packages is silver, gold, and diamond. We don't like to confuse people because because people got jobs, busy lives, families. So if you follow our This Is It team system that we're crushing it, we don't tell them everything because it's too many decisions to make. We just know from Meredith Burkich, the president of Lifewave, the top 3 selling packages is silver, gold, diamond. Okay? I'm not a kind of person to say why, let's do it. Okay? And don't make it a lot of decisions. You pick where you want. But I would suggest no matter what, you want to at least get a gold at $4.99 because you can make everything in the comp plan. At silver, you can only make $100 a week in the comp plan. So I teach my friends, this is it info, like I said, and I give them an order form to say, get at least a gold and a 2-sleeve subscription so you can make everything in the comp plan. And 2 sleeves is for a husband and wife both to be on the product. I mean, what are you going to have me jumping jacks, running up and down the stairs and everything? Gina, wait, I gotta get my cane. Hey, I didn't get a sleeve, you only got 1 sleeve for you. I mean, that's not be selfish, right? Okay? So that's what we're talking about. So you pick the sleeves, you're in the business now, you're in. So a lot of you are in, there's a lot of yes, so that's how you're gonna sign up. You pick where you want, you can upgrade, we're not gonna press you on. The folks that have won and are making it big, use the diamond package as a mini warehouse. So you get people in the business, I loan you your sleeves, 3 to 5 sleeves till you get yours, then you give them back to me. Give you an example. My friend Mike, I signed up. He didn't want to do it. He's in Wellington, which is about 20 minutes from my house. I drove over, loaned him. He signed up as a gold. I loaned him his 5 sleeves because I had a diamond package. He started patching everybody because we don't teach, I'm going to wait and see if I get a feeling. That's old school networking. What we're going to do is every loved one you have, every coworker, neighbor, cat, dog, turtle, we're patching. We just got a post from my neighbor. She said she's patching her dogs and having incredible results. So you don't know this, but maybe they got to give your testimony, right? Little Fluffy's laying there, not doing nothing else. I just got a thought of that. I saw her post. So the point is that our goal is to get every dog in the United States patched. Right? I mean, who cares? Patch the cats. Okay, who cares, right? So now, the point is that he patched his loved ones when I gave him those 5 sleeves. Within 24 hours, he was getting testimonies. And he was mad at me. Like, I don't want to do this, but now I have to do it. Now he's at the highest rank, highest rank, the elite rank, okay? And he's coming to Bora Bora with us, okay? He doesn't talk in millions, because we're not allowed. This is the only company, only industry that the government regulates. You're not allowed to tell anyone what you make. Like you can tell them how much as an accountant, as an attorney. I guess it's so embarrassing, so big. But they don't want anyone to get their hopes up. That, hey, a guy that goes through the high school is making this kind of money, maybe you can do it. You don't know one to get any hopes up. But that's the way it is. Point is that we talk in melons instead of millions. Okay, so my friend has made well over 2 melons in 22 months. So he's not mad anymore. Okay? So you see how I loaned him and he gave him back. What if I had waited a week? He might have forgot he signed up. Yes. See, you're not really, you're not getting it. You're getting it to build your business. Like if you own any kind of company, you're letting them try the products, but you're getting them back. Now you can use them also for samples, but we don't give too many samples out. Because, I mean, you don't get a sample to do an over-the-counter drug, prescription drug. Chiropractor doesn't say, let me sample you, right? You pay, and we'll see you Tuesday, and Friday, and Monday, and Tuesday, okay. So, until you stop showing up. So, right team and left team, that's all you're going to do. Everyone's just going to sign up just like you. Exactly what you did. You build a right team and a left team. Everybody goes underneath everybody. Let's just say there's 50 guests here today. 50 guests on the YouTube, or the Zoom. Everybody's going to go underneath everybody. Nobody knows. If you're a guest, that means the friend who invited you probably's got another guest, maybe on the Zoom or somewhere else in the room, or invited somebody that couldn't make it, but they're going to get in too. Everybody goes underneath everybody. Nobody knows anybody, but you get paid up to $25,000 a week from all the people that are underneath you that you don't know. Wow. So don't procrastinate. You're going to wake up tomorrow, there's going to be people underneath you, you don't know them, you're going to get paid. And we're in 75 countries because you never know who's getting signed up. There's people on my team that somebody signed up, who knew somebody in Korea, and out of the 20 of the highest rank, 17 are on our team underneath somebody. Nobody even knows those people in Korea, but they're getting paid. Okay? And we didn't even know Korea was going to open when we signed up. We just signed up. Yep. We were hoping America was going to be a place to build because we love to build it here. Imagine if I can't get around here, what's going to happen when I get to Europe or whatever. So, a right team and a left team. The volume of these sleeves up those 2 legs they cycle. We'll explain it as we go, but they cycle. You basically get paid the volume that's going down 2 legs. You only have to build 2 legs. There's no generation cap. So there's no cap to how far it goes. The only cap is $25,000 a week. Now, I'm glad that I'm here at Bishop Jackson's church because he's not afraid of helping his friends make money. Okay? So I can talk a little bit bigger money. I come from Wisconsin. It's a very complacent place where I came from. My car was a Datsun B210, and it was primer gray and primer black painted because it was totaled when I kind of pulled the dents out. Right? So, point is, but I was happy. If you're not happy driving a B210 Datsun, you're not going to be happy when you can drive a Mercedes. So you better be blessed and be thankful for where you're at right now, put a smile on your face. And by the way, I sponsor more people with my family van. That Gina, when I married her, has promised her a sports car. But after we had 1 kid, 2 kids, 3 kids, 4 kids, I said, hey, look at that minivan. I could put like a racing stripe on that. She wasn't fooled, don't worry, right? But I sponsor more people with a minivan or a family van than you do when you got all this nice cars. People are intimidated. Just go out there and sponsor people, right? So you build a right team, left team, the volume goes up, and we're not, even though you will make 100 a week as you start getting involved, 200 a week, 500 a week, 1,000 a week. I like talking about bigger money because I had to lift my dream up a little bit bigger. So I want you to believe that you can earn this income. And the people that are winning are just like you. We just stay focused. Like this is a Saturday training that we're going to start doing right now. It's actually started 1 o'clock. We do every Saturday. And you just got to make it a priority. I mean, we can make any excuse that we want, but Gina and I have been almost every Saturday for 1 o'clock for 22 months. Now, we're not strange or weird. She's delivered 2 of our grandkids. So we weren't on the Zoom when she's delivering. You know what I'm saying? I'm watching the other boys, but she's delivering with my daughter, all right, and my son-in-law. But point is, they delivered them at my daughter's house. What I'm trying to get at is that, yes, we're not on every single one, but if you were going to say, you believe Steve and Jean are going to be on Saturday, most people say yes, they're going to be on there interviewing whoever we're going to do. And we have all kinds of people winning and succeeding. So we teach you on Saturday, kind of like it's a little mini version of the event that we got happening in July. So you learn every Saturday for an hour. So you're walking around with confidence, and it's really not for you. Because if you get hung up on, I heard the same thing from Verdita as I heard from Ken. Okay, it's not for you, it's for you. How many people can you have on? Okay, get this. She goes to flight attendant school. They teach her for a month. Only about half of the flight attendants potential made it, but she was one of them, okay? As soon as she left, they have another flight attendant school. Guess what? They taught the same thing. You think they teach the same thing at every university for every franchise? Yes, everybody gets the same talk. So it's the same training. You just have to get good at leaning forward and acting like it's the first time you saw it in front of your guests. Wow, did you hear that? Laugh at every joke that you heard 300 times. That's all you do. And you can get free for the rest of your life. But you gotta get that. There's no homework. No homework. You show the same thing. You read the slides. I gotta look up and read the slides because we read the slides to this day. We just read them. Okay? So anything else you do, whether you're a sales rep or an attorney, you gotta do it. You gotta get. Most attorneys tell me that they can't even have a Sunday afternoon with their family because they got to get ready for court on Monday and Tuesday. Anyone that has a sales rep, whatever, you got to be ready for the client that you've got next week, or they'll eat your lunch. Am I right? There's no homework here. Is that incredible? It's like so amazing for somebody who negotiated the way out of school because you just have fun and you read the slides. It's amazing, right? So that's the team commission. Now there is one issue that nobody has had since I started. In this part, only this part of the compensation plan, they cap the most you can make because it's people you don't know you're getting paid from at $25,000 a week. I've never seen anything in sales where you get paid for people you don't know. Am I right? You've got to bring them all to the table. And I've never had anyone say that they had a problem with being capped at $25,000 a week. Anybody got a problem? Okay? Imagine your boss saying, hey, we got this one bonus. You're going to be capped at $25,000. If they don't have one, join us. We're going to have fun. Next slide. Okay? This just means more money. Okay? The more people you bring in, they reward you even more. Okay? And we'll teach you as you go, but it's a lot more. If you don't get excited about 1.3 million a year, which we have multiple people already hit, then you're not going to get excited about the matching bonus. But this one's unlimited, and it's way bigger than the $25,000 a week, if you can believe that big. Okay? So, next slide. Here's the application I told you, and I always teach people how to sign up because I don't assume. It's like when Gina's a flight attendant, she'll teach you what you need to do on the airplane. If you're a doctor, you tell the person, the patient, what they need to do. In your career, you teach the people what they got to do. In my training center, you came to my school, so I taught you what to do. Here, you're going to make sure you tell them the right way to get in. Like I said, a goal. You want to raise them up? If anyone needs one, who needs one? Bishop's got it, right?
Come on both sides.
Raise your hand. Okay, we got both sides. Guys, real quick, on this. I told you gold, and I told you why to get a diamond. Here's what I do. I said, this is a info. So if I was prospecting somebody, and I said, hey, you know anything about stem cells? They make up every organ in your body. Do you know they're getting dormant at the point at 60? You'll have 10% of your stem cells. You're lucky if they're still active. No, I didn't know that. You want them active. Yes, for only $99 a month, you can start getting them activated. Have you ever heard of X39? No, that's why it screams opportunity. So then I always send them, this is it info. And then I say, now I'm going to send you right after that link, I'm going to send you the application where I go to the next slide. I think the next slide is the next one, the next one. Right there. So right here on This Is It Team, if you go to downloads, you can get the application he's handing out. And most of my people weren't my neighbors. I texted them the application, and I told them to fill it out and get yourself at least a gold and on 2 seats subscription, and then send it back to me. Okay. When do you think, this is me, tell me what you think. Who is going to fill out that form and put their credit card on there and send it back to you? I have about 4 yellow page files. Now, some of you don't know what a yellow page book is, but some of you do, right? Of people that sent it back to me. We were just at the airport in Houston. We sat down, having a coffee, and a friend, and I say a friend now because he's a friend, and we bumped into this guy, and he says, I said, what do you do? He said, I just got back from the Kentucky Derby, my horse took 11th place. Right? We started saying, you know anything about stem cells? We can put these on horses. Oh my gosh, tell me more. Patch me right now. We patch him in the airport. He says, I want to buy him right now. Pulls out this huge wad of cash. I mean, you know how much it costs to have a horse that takes 11th in the Kentucky Derby? Okay. He pulls out his cash, puts it down. I have my backpack full of patches, sleeves. I sell him a sleeve. So he bought them, then he signed right up. Him and his girlfriend are on. I mean, he was just going to just use it himself. But then she heard about it. She said, no, I want to make money. Now she said, no, Jerry's talking about everybody, so he's signing up as well. So everyone's on fire. And he texted me the order form, just like I said that I do. And I just met him in the airport. So you think your friends in your cell phone? I mean, my friend Ingrid said she's got 8,000 people in her cell phone. They know her. So they're going to be a lot more apt to give her their information than her. I'm just telling you what I did, but I at least send them. Now, if you want to send a link, which you can send them on a link from your back office, I at least always send the application because then they can see it and read it. Because people love paper. Your mailboxes are full every day still. So people must like paper. So they like to at least print it out and see what they're doing, and they can follow along with the link, what you told them. So that's this is a quick heads up of what I do. But you see how we're talking to people and we assume they're going to get in. And I will say this much. Whether you do it here in North Carolina or not, someone, look around. Somebody is going to do it. Yep. Look at this room, okay? Gene and I are not stopping. We're talking to the people as we go in the airport. We're talking to everybody. We met 3 people yesterday when we were just sitting there. Well, I should say Gina met 3 people, right? But I do bump in. I'm the one that talked to Jerry, right? So we just talk to people. So go to the next one to see what we're going to run through this thing. We got a sample envelope. So today, Junior, did I give you this sample envelope in your car? Yes. So we drive around, we have samples, we give it we stick them in his neck, and we talk to him, and now he's videotaping, all right? So, all right, and he's probably here now. He didn't know that I negotiated my way to high school, but now that he's seen it, he probably wouldn't have been here if I told him that first, right? So we have these, you can get them from our site. Go to the next side. We have a strategy to succeed. That's why we're winning. Keep going. Okay, last thing on this, I love this because you can share this with your friends. The hope of what we got our hands on first is your health. There's no doubt about it. The testimonies are incredible. But the biggest hope as far as your finances is, wouldn't you like to know that you got a shot? How many people would say, oh my gosh, if I could possibly ever win the lottery? It kind of go through your mind. Even if you're like, hey, I don't believe in the lottery. What if you won? I don't think you're going to cash it. You're going to give it to someone else. Right? So I'm just saying, if you thought of that, that hope is what I'm looking at for you. This gal, when she's 30 years old, as a flight attendant, knows exactly where she's going to be in 30 years if she sticks with that job. They're in the tube with her. You're at the bank, they're at the bank with you. You're a realtor, the realtors are right there. Don't think you're the only real estate person that's going to hit the mother load and you're out of there. They're all still there. Let's just be real, okay? This is your shot. Possibly you could find a Verdita and Harvey that are hoping and looking. Possibly you could find a Bishop Jackson. You don't know who's out there, okay? You maybe find a Gina. You don't know. Maybe find a Tony Boyer. You don't know who you're going to find, okay? But they're praying right now for somebody, the sharpest ones. They got horses racing in the Kentucky Derby want to do this. You know what I love about it? Is that it's something that you could be proud of talking to. Verdita talking about David Schmidt, 130 plus patents, okay? He lost track at 130. The light from your body reflects back and elevates your copper peptide to reactivate your own stem cells. That ain't something normal people think of. Are you with me? Okay, it ain't something that the drug people think of. This is very interesting, okay? So this is wild what you've been handed, okay? But you got to realize that this is when you talk to somebody, it doesn't matter how successful they are, you've got a life-changing product. Yes. This isn't like shampoo. Hey, I got some shampoo for you, Jerry, for your horses. You know what I mean? This is your own stem cells that are going dormant. You got to stay on your game if you're going to be doing what you're doing for the rest of your life. You want this product. It's amazing. That is what's the game changer. So you can talk to the most successful pastor in your town, and they want it. They want to be on their game mentally, okay, and physically for their congregation. It doesn't matter who it is. This is totally different than you got some kind of tchotchke, okay? So, but the hope is that you can get free one day. You don't know who you're going to talk to, but you only need a good one on the right and a good one on the left. Remember that. Okay, next slide. David Schmidt's going to be at our convention. If he's going to be there, you're going to want to be there because he's the owner of the company. He's coming to learn on to meet everybody. So keep going. Meredith Burkish, the president's going to be there. It's going to be wild. So we got more meetings coming up. Just to give you a heads up, Monday you can go on the Zoom and put people on the Zoom, and you'll be able to learn just like you're doing today at an opportunity meeting. We're going to have it in Fort Lauderdale. So we usually have Monday and Wednesday Zooms. If I was you, I just want to leave this with you so you know.
We'll be on time because we're driving.
And we'll be on time because we're driving. But I mean, isn't it interesting? We got great leaders like Ken Robinson, Lynn, Harvey Verdita that can run the show. I mean, if we weren't here, Bishop could have written these slides. Yeah. Come on, one pastor said to me, "Man, you are an incredible speaker." I'm like, "Pastor, I say the same thing every night." If you say the same sermon every night, you get pretty good at it. Okay? So all we do is read the slides. Okay? So if I was you, this is what I would do. I would take and look at who's here tonight with you or today and say, let's do a get-together at your house. And we do a get-together. You do about 3 or 4. You can only do 3 or 4 because everyone that you invited that said they're going to come, that doesn't come, it's not coming. Those people, you show up at their house, like Gina said, and you just call them, and you're in their driveway. You say, Bob, Nancy, where are you? How you know this is Steve and Gina? We're in your driveway. We're coming in. Just catch them. They just want to come on. I can take a total stranger, my friend that picked me up in the airport from Colombia, and put a patch on them. You think you can't do that with one of your best friends that just didn't show up at your house? They're just too busy. Go there, patch them, all right? And if you get a patch on them, they're going to have an attitude that they're going to. You saw the slide of the 77-year-old woman. You know that you can get that same effect if you can get, David Schmidt says, within 6 inches of somebody. If I get 6 inches, okay, and I follow her around, she can start getting the X39 is going to be thrown into her, right? And her stem cells are going to be changing toward uninflammation in her brain. It's the only product I've ever seen in this industry that you can stick on someone and their mind changes to be positive. Yes. There never was anything like that I've ever seen. So that's what I love about what we got our hands on. But I would do get it at your house. Now, when you do it at your house and say, I'm coming, if I'm leaning forward like you are, you say, hey, Steve, let's do one at your house. Don't ask him to say, let's do one at your place. What's better, Tuesday or Thursday? And then after you do one, do about 3 at my house. But you're looking at Verdita. She's saying, oh, I want Verdita. Let's do one at your house. So we just keep doing these. Instead of watching TV for 36 months, you'll be a different person, by the way. Yeah. I mean, isn't TV pretty bad? I like looking at this stuff and I say, I can't believe people are watching this. But I'm watching it. It's ridiculous. I mean, it's like, come on. Wouldn't you rather just be your own show? You get to travel around on these free trips, 4 free trips a year.
Yes.
You're not even going to have a job because you get to have all these trips going on, right? So I want you to think about this. If you're young in the room, very young in the room, hold on to this. It'd be the best thing. We started this in our late 20s, this industry. Only signed up twice, okay? We've helped 200 plus people make $1 million or more. I don't know how many people you know that's helped that many millionaires, but now you know you can say, I just met this couple that's helped 200 people make $1 million or more. You got to see them. They're going to be on Thursday, on Monday night on the Zoom. Let's watch it together. We got something to talk about, okay? Unless your friend's got somebody that's helped 200 people make $1 million, but if not, let's go, okay? So point is that you just start doing these get-togethers and you bring your phone. This phone is making me millions. All I did was have a Zoom link, told everyone the link, click on the link. So if I'm going to my friend's house, what's your name? Will. So Will, what's that?
Window.
Okay, Window. So I go to Window, I say, Window, I'm going to make a link for you. And if you got friends in Nebraska, not your local friends, don't even tell them about the link. Just all your friends out of town, you send them the link. And we're going to do a local meeting for your neighbors, your coworkers, your relatives that are in town. But if you got a relative in Wisconsin, we're sending them the link, okay? Then you put the Zoom right there on your camera. It's $40. I mean, it's 40 minutes for the free one. So you're going to read the slides faster than me. You probably said, I pray he would have read these slides faster. But anyways, you're just going to put the link there, and they can all log on. So now I'm talking to maybe 6 of your friends locally and 6 out of town. This is going to take your business to a whole nother level. So we figured this out from recently. We were only doing Zooms, but it's so much easier to sign people up that are in person. And my own neighbors were getting signed up with people from out of town. So I wanted to oh my gosh, I got to start doing a get-together at my house so that people can see that I'm doing it, so that I can be talking to my own friends in my own city, not just out of town. So I encourage you to get with your friend. Just if you came here one day with a friend, just say, hey, I want to do it. If you tell them I'm going to do it in my house. Or you just say, I'm going to do it in my house. You gather it. You can download these slides on This Is It Team. Go to downloads. Download this presentation. Just read the slides. Start doing it yourself. Give you an example. When me and her first started, it was just me and her, and we did it ourselves. There was no presentation. We only held up this thing when we talked to somebody, and we said, hey, this is an X39. Do you know anything about stem cells? And we did everything on a little Zoom screen and never had a presentation. And we started saying, okay, we need to have a little more information so everybody can read the slides. So we know that if we could start from zero, just me and her, putting people right, putting people left, 50 people hit the highest rank, and now 175,000 people are underneath those 50. I can't stop them. That's going to happen for you, though, because nothing was happening when we started, and it's going to be wild. Over the next 36 months, I don't want anyone to miss this, okay? So that's the opportunity presentation that we did. We did it a little bit longer because we came here. I want you to really learn exactly what's going on. Now we're going to do some training, but before we do the training, if we could, Bishop, did we get that other presentation in? Stick that one up. And go to manager, because we're going to just talk a little bit about the people that are winning and succeeding in the opportunity, because we want to recognize them. So let's see who's winning. Now, a manager is when you put 2 people right and 2 people left. So here's how you do it. You put your mother, your brother, your sister, your cousin. Just think it's not, this is not difficult. Okay, Harvey, where are you at?
Right here.
How long did it take you to go manager?
I don't know how long we're doing.
About a day.
About a day.
So one day, you get a good manager, okay? So, Ken, how long did it take you to go manager?
A couple of days.
Couple of days, right? Linda,
Slow.
or Paul. 4 days for Linda and Paul, okay? So, point is don't make this difficult, okay? Now, don't compare yourself to anyone if you haven't done there yet. It's kind of like maybe you just needed to be around this type of an environment to see what's going on. You don't know who's going to be. No matter what, do not compare yourself at all when you build this business to anyone else. You know why? Because you don't know who you're going to talk to tomorrow that can pass everyone else up. I mean, think about this. This gal and me got in 22 months ago on the very bottom of the tree. We were the last ones in 22 months ago and passed everybody up that's been in for 19 years. That's incredible. If somebody says, hey, this looks like a pyramid thing. Hey, this ain't a pyramid, because a pyramid you can never pass up anybody that's been in. We gave everyone a head start, passed them all up. So you can talk about it. I'm trying to help you. I'm giving you a little lingo, right? First thing I say, aren't pyramids in Egypt? Or my wife seemed to work for a pyramid. because she could never pass up the CEO. They cut her pay by 50%, cut it in half. So she went from $62 an hour to $29 an hour, but they gave the CEO of the airline a $10 million bonus. Okay, that's a pyramid. So I'm just, heads you up. Let me help you. I have 22 months of experience. You're going to love this. In 22 months, here's what I found out. More people are being proactive than they ever have before with their health. They are not counting on their doctors. Did I say they never knew their stem cells are going dormant? Now, I don't want to put them under the bus, but it's true, right? Second of all, and they all teach me too, they said, Steve, that's not what we're taught in school. We're not taught that. We're taught how to give the drugs. Okay? So, and by the way, an injection of stem cells is different than what we're talking. It works in a joint or a muscle, it stays there, costs a lot more money, like $10,000 at least if you want a good injection, I guess, to $23,000, what they quoted me, never did it, but it only works in that joint. It doesn't work in your brain, your liver, your lungs, your heart, your kidneys, your skin, your hair, your eyes. It doesn't do that, okay? So this is a very different technology than what we're talking about. And by the way, when they get injected in you, they still go dormant. They don't work all the time either. You might have to get... I love Tony Robbins in his book, Lifewave. He says, I got an injection in my knee for $25,000. This was only $25,000. Like all of us got it sitting around in our pocket, okay? So, a manager now is 2 right and 2 left. The reason I want to just make sure you didn't get hung up on the people that went faster or slower, because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's your time. This is going to be your moment. Now, you've got to make it a priority. I will say this much. This is part of the training. Before you go to bed tonight, who are 5 people you're going to talk to tomorrow? Yeah. You might want to text them. And I never text anyone about the business. I just might say, hey, Bob, you're going to be at your office tomorrow. I got to swing by and tell you something. Okay? Just to kind of get myself going so that tomorrow morning I'm ready to go do something, right? So every day, just who's the 5 people that you're going to talk to, okay? And you're only exposing it, okay? So like I exposed this to one of my friends, he said, my wife and I want nothing to do with stem cells. Nothing. And I'm saying to myself, I am never rude to nobody, I'm just saying, you are a stem cell. Now, he's about as old as me, and when I signed up, I was 59, so I figured I had 2 stem cells that were active still left. So, and now they're all vitamin, you know what I mean? So, you never know. But you think that, I want you to get this, when you hear everybody come across the stage and they say, oh, it took me 4 days, okay. I got probably more no's than everybody else on my whole team, okay? But I never think of it. Just don't think of the no's, okay? One lady, we were having lunch, and Gina was with me with my friends, and turned to these gals and said, they were gone on a cruise, they were all excited. She said, hey, you guys got great personality, you should do what I do. So the lady said, what do you do? We're promoting stem cell reactivation patch, helping everybody win and succeed with health. I don't want better health. She said it right to Gina. Wow. But it only took her like 10 seconds to get it out, and the lady said, I don't want better health. So she's done. The lady even tried to get her to tell her, and she's like, you do not want better health? I'm having lunch with my friends. Never spoke to her again. Now, right after that, we met a doctor in the airport. What kind of doctor?
Pediatric kidney doctor.
Kidney doctor that my friend got going. And then she met another lady, and he said, patch me right now. I need this for my patients, for kids. Kidney doctor, right? And then another gate agent that said to her, patch me right now, whatever you're doing. So, you're just looking for those people. They each, probably all 3, the no and the 2 yeses took 10 seconds. But it wasn't like a long, drawn-out thing. You've got to expose this to 5 people a day, okay? We call it PRO. You patch, you revisit, so you follow up every single day with the people you put on the list. Some of it is like, did you put your patch on? It's not like some weird, crazy thing. I have to admit, every person that I called to hit the highest rank in 23 days, I never sat there and said, Tony, I got my pen in my hand. I only told them about this technology, the stem cells, they're going dormant. You know that. You've heard of X39, it screams opportunity. I said, I actually, before you even ask me a question, say, Tony, I'm going to send you this link. This is it info. And then I'm going to send you how to sign up. So I didn't have the pen signing up. I'm showing them. Some of them signed it up right away. I said, hey, remember, everyone that's going to get started, I'm talking to a few other people that are really excited. And those people that get put underneath you, you get paid up to $25,000 a week, so don't procrastinate. Signing up now, come on, right? Because you give them something to lose. So make sure you do that. You tell people in binary, if you've never seen how this works, You don't know who you're going to have underneath you tomorrow, and they count for your $25,000 a week. My friends, your friends, you don't know who's going to get in. Paul's friends, use them. He's got his guest list. Get underneath them and go. All right, so, anyways, a manager now, 2 right, 2 left. You can make up to $1,500 a week. Stand up if you're a manager already in North Carolina so we can see if anyone's making money. Bishop Jackson's a manager. Anybody else a manager in the room? Okay. Stay seated, right? Congratulations. Let me ask you something. Was it that hard? Was it that hard? No, right? Are you going to stay there? No. See, I can't stop them. Same as I said. See, this guy can tell you're going all the way, right? You're my friend too. This gal, everyone. All of you are. Okay, let's go. We're counting on it. All right, so we came here to look you in the eye. I mean, I actually love this. Bishop, I love coming here. Thanks for opening. Give Bishop a hand for that. I love to be able to look people in the eye and say, hey, we're in business together. Zooms are great. Don't get me wrong, it's great. But it's like you're in a closet. You know, you got to get out once in a while to look people in the eye and say, hey, we're in business together. So, congratulations to the manager. Now, did you think it's pretty easy? I mean, come on. 2 right, 2 left. It ain't that difficult. You can make up to $1,500 a week, okay? To go director, you have to just think this. All you have to do is help 2 of your friends. Okay, do we have a manager? Go to the director. Good, nice. All right, so director now. 2 right, 2 left. Got to go manager. So meaning that if you got 2 right, 2 left as a manager, now you got to help 1 on the right go manager and 1 on the left go manager. Now you do have to put 1 more person on each side to be a director, but come on, you're walking it through now. It's happening. Once you go manager, you pretty much got it because now you're going to teach it. It's like me. You don't know this. You're probably not going to believe it when I say it. But when you're a coach and you got that kind of mentality like me, I can coach you what I did. But my personality is now a different side. Is if you said, Steve, go to the store, like the grocery store, and meet people, or even call friends on my phone, it's not one of my comfort zones. I get nervous in a big way, especially if the guy's wife answers the phone because you ladies are on your game. A guy, I can pretty much say, hey, come on over to my house, I got something to show you. Okay, great, I'm coming over, hang up. His wife says to him, what did Steve want? Who was that? Steve Barrett. What did he want? He said he's coming over. He said come over to his house. He's got something to show me. What is it? Get him back on the phone. Let's find out what it is before you go. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. That's when I would get nervous, right? So, but Gina can go to the grocery store because it's her personality and meet 10 people. I go to the same store, see nobody. So if you're that kind of personality, but this isn't fair. This is not fair. Because when you can just say the word stem cells, or you know anything about stem cells, and start the conversation, it's really just a conversation. You got to get started. Once I get a conversation started with you, like I did with Junior, right? And I think Gina is blown away that I started the conversation with Junior, because normally her or one of my friends would be the.
I passed up a sleeve and said, "Show them what we're doing."
Yes, she did. She forced me to start. I know it's coming back to me. Thank you, Junior. Thank Gina. When you start making her millions, thank Gina. Right? So she said, Steve, aren't you going to tell Junior about what we're doing? So I guess I'm not going to take it because she reminded me. But I did talk. So now a director. I want you to just think this. A director is only helping 2 people go manager. So out of all these managers stood up, somebody helped one of them on the right and one of them left, and you're a director. Stand up if you're a director. You can make up to $2,500 a week if you're a director. All right? Is it that hard? Is it that hard now?
No.
Where do you guys live? Right here or where you at?
We're from Florida.
From Florida. Okay, from Florida. Where I know. I recognize you. Wind director. Okay, great. And you live in Florida. And you have friends here?
Yes, five and other people.
Okay, great. Congratulations.
You're from Tampa, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And you see, we're meeting all kinds of friends. It's a different business. Where are you from?
Yes. We're from Virginia.
From Richmond, Virginia. So you drove here.
Yeah.
Okay. And you brought these guys.
Yeah.
And they live here.
No.
Okay, Richmond. Okay. See? So people are driving in. Guys are already coming into your town. Bishop, get ready. Let's go. All right? So, hey, who else stood up as a director? My friend out there. Was it that hard? Was it fun helping your friends? Yeah. What do you do for a living?
I'm an insurance agent, and I was at the Justin big meeting we had.
Yeah.
My sister-in-law.
Hold on, stand, let's.
Pam, that's Pam.
Come on, come on.
Oh, no.
Pam's sister-in-law from Quad City.
I live in.
You know I've never been to the Quad Cities in my life until Pam. Oh, is that your sister?
My sister-in-law.
Sister-in-law. Okay, tell me a little bit where you're from.
I live in Anderson, South Carolina, near Greenville.
Let's go.
For 2 hours today, so glad to be here. And you know, I was hoping to have some people come with me, but something happened. And but I said I'm going to be here because I want to grow my business and reach more people and help them.
Yes.
I'm Sarah, and
I'm the director. How long did it take?
I've only been actively doing it for about 5 months, sharing with people. And I'm very happy with what I'm making monthly already, and I know it's only going to keep growing.
millionaires in his church. You know that. So I went and said, I believe I can help. I'm confident I can help, and he saw it in my eyes. That's why he let me use the pavilion. Okay? So, what I'm saying though is we take his friends and his team and plug them into the system to train them so that he can do his job and his career and what he does. Now don't get me wrong, Pastor Bishop's here, he wanted to be part of it, but we know that he's busy too, so he can't do everything. So you take the accountant, you take the attorney, you take the doctor. If you treat this like a total different business, separate of what you do for a living, and you drop them in here, you're going to have this many people and beyond, like I just showed you on the screen, that won't stop hatching people. And isn't it a great feeling that first of all, the testimonies we heard, and then I'm going to tell you, this is what you're going to hear, what's here from me. They're in tears over what they're generating financially.
Yes.
And their pastor's even more fired.
Yeah, pastors do like tithes and offerings. One of the things that's amazing, again, this product is amazing, but the business side is just amazing. What I tell people is that they seem like they're competing with one another. That you got so much stuff going on the product side that is so good. When you look at the business side, a lot of time in this industry, one is better than the other. You know, one can outpace the other. That's not here. And when I looked at this, and I also saw the matching bonus, I saw that that was my retirement plan.
Wow.
Some of you don't have a retirement plan. And I said, that's my retirement plan. When I talked to Ken, I told him, I don't have the time for this. I'm going to get this for my wife. I said, bro, I ain't got time for this. He said, but Bishop, just look at the comp plan. Because I told him I even tried to develop my own network marketing business back 20 years ago. So in that, I knew network marketing. So he said, look at the comp plan. I said, okay, I'll check it out. So when I called him back up, I saw that matching bonus. He said, you saw it. I said, yeah, I saw it. How do I sign up? Because that's a retirement plan. And I was like, oh. And I will say this, and I'll be, preacher guy. You don't get a preacher guy.
Amen.
But really, this is what I really want you to understand. This is what I want you to understand. You do not have to have two matrices within one company.
Right.
This company is unique in that it gives you two ways to make money. You don't have to have that. And that is phenomenal to me. And when I saw that, I went, oh, this is it. All right, thank you. So, isn't it great to hear different perspectives from a pastor? So now you can hear different careers, right? We got an insurance agent, okay? Agent or adjuster? Agent. So an insurance agent. We're listening to all different type of folks. That's what's great to hear what's going on. But I love his analogy. And you know what? As I'm looking around and we're doing these meetings, there's some people in the meetings that are coming out, like the ones we did in Chicago. One lady was up in the front row at 72 years old, and they said, we want something that we can get to the back. Right? Because we don't want to retire and need to. We want to get this done in the next 36 months. Let's go. So this is a perfect time to make this happen. And our team is proving that you can get it done fast. All right? And you don't know who it's going to be. You just say, right now. Senior director, now you can make everything in the comp plan. Senior director is just sponsoring, is helping two people go director. They can even be on the same leg, right? But I like them to be on separate legs, but they can be on the same leg. To go senior director, you just help two directors and you can make everything in the compensation plan. Yes, you do have to have 10,000 points, but I haven't pretty much, Bernita could back me up, had anyone hit the senior director that didn't have the points. Almost everybody has points or more when they hit the senior director. So if you hit senior director, stand up. Let me see if there's any senior directors. He doesn't have to give you coaching.
That was a tip, by the way, right there. I started with that. Keep it simple. Don't try to learn. Just because you're hearing all this stuff today, or you hear a doctor talk, it's only for you to have the belief level. Don't repeat what the doctor said. You're just going to go, oh my gosh, you're onto something big. Then you keep it simple.
I went to the busiest people I know. You said that. And they had been successful in other multi-level marketing. So I started with them. And I went manager, I think, 4 days. But I got me 4 diamonds. I started looking. And I just got excited. And I got this, I didn't have a clue. We didn't have none of this stuff. A lady came to our church by coincidence. They were doing a boot camp for mental wellness. And she had a patch, and she was patching everybody in the church. And when she got to me and patched this psychotic executive, I asked him, can I get in this business? They didn't ask me. I asked him, how can I get in this business? She said, you want to do this? I said, yes, just tell me how. She didn't call me. I called her back. She left and went back to Maryland, and I got her number. She was our pastor's sister. I got her number and called her, and that's how I got started.
I love it. Praise the Lord. Is that amazing?
Don't stop. Don't try to get perfect. Don't try to know too much. Like you said, the more you know, the less people. They want simplicity. So get the patch on. It speaks for itself. That's better than 1,000 words. Get that patch on them. And let them know, well, if you don't want it, I want it back. I'm wasting my patches. Yeah, if you're not going to use this, you're not going to just let it lay around. So just keep going. Just keep going.
How long did it take you to go senior director?
I've been in since December the 8th, and I just went senior director a couple of weeks ago.
Congratulations, you're going to be going to Portugal.
Yes, sir.
This 72-year-old woman have more energies than some of the 30-year-olds. 73, okay, good for everything. This is amazing. Come on. You've been wearing the patch since December. That tells you something too, right? You start getting more testimonies as you go. I hope if you've been kind of like slacking a bit, I'm not trying to stare at anybody, right? But if you really want, look at it. It works. The lady is calling up, looking for her sponsor. Did I hear you say that? Can you please begging to get in? So there's people all around you that you meet. You've got to open up your mouth, okay? And that's what we're seeing from 22 months. I'm letting you. This is our knowledge of 22 months that there's more people looking to be for an opportunity. So I said about the being proactive with their health, but I also wanted to say there's more people looking for income, like we're talking right here, than I've ever seen. And a non-brick and mortar, like, put it this way, I've never seen ever before where people are saying out loud, because most of the time, Tony can back me up on this, you talk to somebody years ago, they say, my boss is going to take care of me, or my company is going to take care of me. They cannot look you in the eye anymore and say that. Okay? So everyone knows they better be proactive with their own retirement and their own situation, and they need something that generates way more income than just a husband and wife putting their sweat equity in. Come on. And that's totally the way this thing works. And I don't know anything ever will come around this good ever again in your lifetime. I don't know. It might, but don't chance it. Let's run. There's a timing, and the timing is to run right now when you see this many people in North Carolina, and luckily you have a lot of people that drove in, so it's not even this many people, but you feel the energy, it is going to happen. Someone's going to make this big in North Carolina. We want it to be you, so let's make it you. And the lady hardly had to try. She stuck a sticker on her and never followed up. Luckily, she gave her card or something to her. It was her pastor's daughter or something, so she could figure out where she's at. Okay, so that's senior director. But look, we've only got one in the town, so we got plenty more to go. Does that make sense? Okay, so, and she's only 10,000 away from being the third highest ranked. So that's what happens. Our friends Kevin and Emily, they hit the senior director, but they blew right past it in their executive director in 1 week. So that's what we're seeing. Everybody it's happening very quickly. You just keep talking. Now, they didn't have the success they wanted right at the beginning. I love their stamina and She hit senior director, she's going straight to executive, going to the next level, right? And Pastor Jackson Bishop Jackson is right behind her. You guys are right behind her.
I'm right there.
Okay, she's right there.
I'm on her heel.
Everybody wants to pass me up. Now, I wanted to say this much, that he was talking about the conflict. I just want to give you one more thing that's incredible. You need to know this about the owner. We get started, and we tell David, now this is me, pastor, or bishop, I don't know if you live.
All of that work.
Okay, so what happens is that I'm envisioning, and this is what I tell David, that I'm going to be bringing in some people that are really going to be serious about their future in North Carolina. Some high roller folks. Okay? I don't know who they are yet, but I'm telling David, they're coming in, and they really need to be blessed for really launching and taking ownership and building a big business. Okay? We really need to offer them a quarterly bonus.
Come on.
Every quarter, a big bonus. I mean, really big. That's what I said to him. He came back with way bigger than what I asked. So much so that one of our bonuses would be how much?
3 times my yearly salary at Delta.
3 times her yearly salary at Delta.
Praise God.
When she made $62, right before they cut it in half, right? Point is that this is for everybody. I have a friend that's Tony's upline, Andy Hosier, him and his wife Mandy, who overheard someone talking about the X-39, said, can you tell me more about this? And he's really only built for 12 months, and he's already getting quarterly bonuses.
Come on, sir.
Wow.
He's at the elite rank, qualified for Bora Bora, him and his wife Mandy, right? They're a top-notch couple, okay? But they stay consistent and keep this a priority, and that's how they're winning. So if somebody can already in 12 months be getting quarterly bonuses, that's incredible, right? So David delivered. Think about this. What owner would take a 18, almost 19-year company, never gave a quarterly bonus and say, that's a good idea. I'm going to start giving out quarterly bonuses. They've only given out 2 so far. We're on the 3rd quarter that they're going to be giving out. That's for you, all of you. Okay? It's going to happen, right? Now, if you go to our Facebook page and our YouTube channel, I teach how to go elite and also how to hit the quarterly bonus. Okay? The company offers them, but nobody has taught how to get them except for our team. We teach you how to get there. Do you want to know?
Yeah.
We teach you how to get there. Right? It's not a big, difficult thing. The interesting thing about the Bora Bora trip, when you hit that rank, you just need 3 levels, and I didn't put it on my slides today because I'm just going to tell you when you help 3 people, they got to hit 100,000. If they go more than 100,000, you can only count up to 300,000 from 3 people or more, but you can only count 100,000 from 1 person of points. Okay? But once you help, let's just say Bernina and Harvey, when they are hitting 200,000 volume, 300,000, and then Tony does the same, and then Gina does the same, their business just keeps booming and booming. You qualify for the biggest wham-bam trip that the company offers every single year. Slam dunk, whether you want to go or not, they give it to you. Is that incredible? So we're gonna bring everybody with us. That's just a matter of right now. But right now, get ready for that quarterly bonus. It's going to be wild. Okay? I don't spend it yet until you start getting it. Okay? Right? But you're going there. Can you just make it a priority? Now, the next rank, executive level, right? The executive director. And now you are at the 3rd highest rank in the company, rocketing. Who do we got that's an executive in the room? Many executives, right?
I'm just honored to be here to be able to speak with you a little bit today about what's happened. So I just hit my year in Lifewave, literally 12 months. And in that 12 months, I have seen so much with the patch and what's happened for me. My eyesight's better, mental clarity's better, my sleep is better, but the best testimony I have happened 10 days ago. In 2020, I was diagnosed with colon cancer. They cut the cancer out, so I didn't have to do chemo or any of that stuff, but I had to go for annual checkups every single year. Well, 10 days ago, I had my annual checkup. The only thing that I had done different in the last 12 months was put the X-39.
Come on.
And when I woke up from my anesthesia, the doctor said, I'll see you in 5 years.
Wow.
So you know what happens there is every year you get a little bit of a raise, and you kind of go through that. But as a master's degree, you're going to be at the highest pay unless you have a doctorate, but it's not that much more then. In 12 months, here's what happened. I have gone from what my teaching salary was to double what that is, doubling my teaching salary in Lifewave. I'm not patting myself on the back. What I'm telling you is the simplistic way that Steve has talked about today of just sharing this. We're not selling this. Don't talk about, I talked to somebody before this that said, I'm not good at selling things. You don't have to. It'll sell itself. All you have to do is share it with people. And if I ask you right now, if I said, 30 seconds, right now, write 10 people in your life that need their health to be improved, need their finances to be improved. It wouldn't take you 30 seconds to write 10 people. So now you're in the building right now, and you have the opportunity to share this with people. If you just shared it with those 10 and 4 of them said, yes, you're a manager. That's how simple this is. Don't make it harder than that. Just go out and share with strength. Share the X39. We have other patches. That's phenomenal. They do phenomenal things. We know that. But it's so simple when you just simply use the X39 to build your business, and people can go do their research on the other products because it's there for them. Okay? You don't have to make this hard. Everybody in this room, when we're kids, we put on our play clothes and we go be whatever we want to be, right? We dream, and we can go be a professional athlete, we can go be a princess, we can go whatever we want to do. Okay, but when we get older, what we start doing is trading dollars for hours. That's what we do. Because that's what we get told that we have to do is work for somebody else. Now, the excitement of that is, think about what I said to you, 26 years, and in 1 year, I doubled that, so I'm compressing time. You want to do that? You have kids, grandkids, people you want to spend more time with? Let that dream that when you were little, when you put those play clothes on, let it come back to life. I'm not saying you're going to be a professional athlete at 73 or 74 years old. That's not going to happen. But what I am telling you is there's a lot of things in life you want to do that you'll be able to do because this company gives you that opportunity to do that. There is absolutely nothing like this. I'll end with this. You are on the #1 company in the world in momentum, on the #1 team within that company. Your dreams are right in front of you. If you're in this room today, get with the person who's in here. If you're not in this company, get started today. And if you're in, I challenge you, go share this with strength because you will compress time and you will have the things you want. God bless you all. Thank you for doing this.
I want Tony to explain the best that he's seen so far in 1 year, how it's so easy to plug into the system, and you got to understand the Saturday trainings, the system of just plugging into using the exact lingo. You already mentioned it, the X39, and then how about getting to the big event, what you've seen so far with the people who've done it, and just be honest.
Oh yeah, so if they're talking about Believe on July 19th and 20th. Why is that important? I'll just make it simple for you. You're sitting here in the room today in a live event, and I promise you your energy has gone up for what you believe of Lifewave or what it is. Imagine when there are thousands, because that's what it'll be in Orlando with you and all the people that you can bring with you, and everything we're talking about comes to life. We've had a testimony today of someone who asked if they could join the business. Think about that for a second. I've done other things and seen other things. I had to talk to people about those things. Nobody ever came to me and said, can I join your business? And you know why that is? Because we have something unique that every single person in here gets a different result than anyone else. It's not a Me Too thing. It's weight loss or energy or things of that sort. It's unique to each and every person. People ask me all the time, I've got a hurt shoulder. Is this going to help me with my shoulder? Here's a key point for you. Yes, it will most likely help you with your shoulder. What I want you to do for the fun of it, good word choice, right? Well, the fun of it is write down about 5 or 6 other things you'd like to improve your sleep, your mental clarity, things like that. And all of a sudden what happens is maybe their shoulder's not getting, in 2 weeks is not going away, but they're getting better sleep. And they say, okay, you're right, I am getting better sleep, I am doing this, and then the shoulder gets better. So we're not saying after 2 weeks, well, this is not working because it's not working, my shoulder's still hurting a little bit. Well, okay, but here's the thing, you're getting results from other things, so I promise you, just give it time. Okay? But here's the thing. You have to be responsible for your own business. You're in business for yourself, but never by yourself. You have Steve and Gina and so many others that work the pro system. All you have to do is work that pro system, keep it simple, introduce people to this business, and I promise you the rest will take care of itself. So pretty much what's on my heart, Steve. God bless you all. Thank you for letting me share.
Executive Director. I've got some new executive directors here. Tommy and Amy Sardine. They came up here on the plane. They're going to give you a few nuggets as well. Congratulations.
What's the plane ride fun?
It was awesome. All right, well, Tommy and Sardine.
We're from Wellington, Florida, and we're fired up. We've been now about 13 months in the business, but we were undercover quite a few months. And my background's law enforcement, so that's why I say that. But we were undercover for a few months. We had to watch what we were doing because we've been in this industry now for about 30 years. We've been with one company for 23 years. Now, to be in one company for 23 years, you know how the company was. But then there's also a better company. And that's what we're with now. We're with a better company because what it took us 5 years to earn on a monthly basis, for me to come out of law enforcement, her to come home from her job in the healthcare industry, it took us 5 months here. And I'll tell you why. Everybody needs it. Everybody wants it. Once they know about it. And that's where we come in. We have to get out there and share it with as many people as we can because everybody needs it. Everybody wants it once they know about it. And forget about the negative Nellies out there. And you might be sleeping with the negative Nelly. But I'm telling you, it works. I was the most skeptical person because of my background. I was trying to help my friend not get scammed. When he told me about it and they put it on and people were saying this helped me now in an hour and a day, and I was like, there's no way. But then I did my research, my investigations, and I gave it to some of my friends that was in the medical industry because I didn't know anything about stem cells. As he says, law enforcement, 20 years in law enforcement. I took physicals every 2 years. Now, one of those doctors told me, you know your stem cells are starting to go to sleep on you. You need to step it up because you got to fight some more crooks next week. Nobody told me none of that. Right? And I was in 20 years in that industry. And here, come along and now we're able to help people. But I was skeptical, but when my nurse friends put it on, they had a blood disorder, and she actually had coughing from it, the side effects from the drugs they gave her for the blood disorder, feet swelling, skin irritation. I gave it to her on Wednesday. Thursday, she called me and said, Tommy, I don't know what's in this patch, but my cough is gone. On Sunday, she said, Tommy, again, I have to tell you, I don't know what's in this patch, but my feet are back to normal. I can wear my shoes to church this morning. And then when she went to the dermatologist, she didn't itch no more. Another nurse friend of mine had another challenge. That went away. Gave it to my sister. She had a challenge. That went away one day. Gave it to a friend here in South Carolina that had 2 knee replacements and was having challenges on pain meds for 9 months. And in one day, it was gone and has not returned. And I can tell you story among story among story among story how it's helped so many people.
So you notice we are sharing stories because we were not one-day wonders. So I can tell you, if you're a week, a month, and you're not seeing results, don't quit because we know it works. And if we did, we wouldn't be here now because we were not seeing. But I can just, sometimes things can be a little funny. A little less than a year ago, I fell on vacation in Jamaica, broke my shoulder, ended up having to have surgery. So I thought, okay, I guess I didn't think I had a story, so it needed to give me a story. We had other things, we talked about. But
story itself. You know, we're not trying to sell people on this, but the story is where it's at. The testimony is how you can help people. The biggest thing in this business, and not just for the finances, but the secret in anything that you do, how many people are you willing to help?
That's it.
That's why we looked up with these two guys right here, Steve and Gina, because the first thing we asked, we need to talk to the #1 people in the state of Florida that's doing this business. Because we ran the state of Florida for the business that we ran, and we want to know who's the #1 person with this. We didn't know that it would introduce us to the #1 couple in the industry. And let me tell you, they've been incredible because when we sat with them, we saw what their heart was. And their heart is with everyone in this room. Because if you're willing to help others, take the eyes off you and put on somebody else, and just like Tony just said, if you look at somebody with a $sign on their head doing this business, you're in the wrong business.
Yeah.
This is about really, really, really digging in your heart and helping people. And that's what these two do, and that's everyone that they touch. It's like they pass it on. And they anoint you with that. Hey, we had the feeling before, but they anoint you with that feeling again. And that's why we joined on with them, because when we sat with them, we saw what their heart was, how they helped so many people in the past, and they're helping more in the future. We knew we were in the right place at the right time. So I can tell you, lock arms, do what you have to do. Don't listen to the negative Nellies. And let me tell you, you may have a challenge. I didn't have a challenge. I'm 68. I'll be 69 in a couple of months. But I had a challenge with my foot. I couldn't run anymore. I had to ride a bike. I started using the patch. In 1 month, it felt a little better. 2 months, it's gone. I'm running 4 miles again. But what if I had stopped after that month? Because it didn't fix it. We didn't get where we are today. Fast food is not fast enough for us now. And I didn't get there in a month. I didn't get there in 2 months. As the inventor says, every 10 years, use it for 1 month. I should have been using it now for 7 months. Would you invest $700 to feel better, live longer with quality of life? Ask yourself that question. And I just shared, and I'll say it, don't leave here without it.
Yeah, that's right.
Highest rank. Okay, so we've got presidentials. Are any presidentials? That's the second highest rank. Come on up here, guys. Second highest rank. Tell me a little bit what you've been seeing in the few months you've been in the 20 months that you've been in. Go ahead. Congratulations.
Well, it's a pleasure to be here. My name's Paul, and this is my beautiful wife, Linda Somersault. We're from Lakeland, Florida. And I'm very blessed because 21 months ago we were introduced to this patch, and I could barely get out of the chair. I have impressed C4, C5, L4, L5. I've been jumping on perfectly good airplanes, if you know what that means, and I certainly know many of you are from Fort Liberty. I don't know what that really is, but I'll call it Fort Bragg, because I spent time there. I spent 30 years in the military and retired, and thank you. I'm sure that I was in extreme discomfort, and at the age of 63, I was not looking forward to what the future held. I had to take Tylenol to sleep. I didn't tell my wife. I couldn't get comfortable. We got a call from a friend, a very good friend of over 30 years. We had to look at a video. We said, I overheard the conversation. I said, tell them to bring over the patch. They were getting a vehicle, and they drove over. We got the patches. I put them on, and I went from a pain level of a 10 to a 2, and that was a one-day wonder. Now, I say that with caution, because there's other things happening in my body 21 months later that are still improving. So that discomfort went, and all of a sudden my son-in-laws, who are one's an Ironman competitor, another one, they're looking at me like, what happened to you? And I'm out with the grandkids playing soccer, and my life is coming back. And now 21 months later, I won't even tell you some of the goals I have. But what's even more exciting is I was praying to how we could help our friends with their health and with their wealth. Because my current capacity I've been a future operational planner for the national security apparatus for many, many years. And I said, I know what's coming. How can we help our friends get real healthy, because I know what's happened to them, and really wealthy, above and beyond what they can imagine. And we are in an environment where we aren't looking at what the media says, because we know that's all, well, I know what the truth is. And so I'm very blessed that my wife picked up the phone call, and she called back, and I'm going to turn it over to my beautiful wife.
So we're so blessed, first of all, to just live in this country, to be able to have an opportunity in a church and talk about business. It's so huge. So thank you for that opportunity. Thank you for sacrificing and everything you guys do to come in and make this happen for us. Thank you to our beautiful team that I'm so excited that things are blowing up here in North Carolina. We drove up from Florida. Well, I drove up from Florida. I flew in last night. So for me, the very first night I put a patch on, I never slept in my life, really, through the night. I would take all the things at night, and I thought, okay, I'm not going to take anything tonight, I'll put it on and see what happens. I got the best sleep of my life, and I sleep like a champ. But what I really want to share is, every time I talk to somebody, I listen to what they're saying. There's so many stories I could go on about, all the things on the list. We have met every single thing on the list. It's amazing, especially mental clarity and collagen ladies. It's been amazing. But if they tell me they have a hangnail, I said, oh, that's why I wear this patch. If they tell me their hip hurts, I said, oh my gosh, that's why I wear this patch. So that's why I have it here. There's nothing wrong with my arm. This is just an easy way to, instead of getting at my collar, I wear this to tell that every single person needs this. So whatever they're telling you, just say, oh my gosh, that's exactly why I wear this. If they talk about collagen, and a lot of people do, or their wrinkles, or their hair, I said, oh honey, that is just why I wear this patch. I used to have so much expensive collagen, and now it activates my own. I definitely need this.
Yes.
But we also lead from our heart with legacy in mind. I think of this 50-year-old man, shout out Manny, because I know you're on this call. He has an 8-year-old son, and for 2 years he could not throw a ball with him. So this little boy was watching his dad deteriorate from the same jumping out of good planes like my husband, and his body's really beaten up, and that's why we said yes. Our mind was racing of all the people that have broken body parts and minds racing and all the unbalancing that goes on. And what's incredible is if you lead from your heart with legacy in mind for finances, for health, it changes people's lives. He is now running 1.5 miles. He's only been in the patches 4 days. He hasn't ran, he said, in 3 years. He ran 1.5 miles the other day. He kicked the ball with the inner part of his foot. He hasn't been able to do that in 3 years. And the guy is so excited. He thought he just won the lottery, because he did. And we're so excited. We're going to show him how he can also quadruple your military income that we're doing now. It's his military retirement, because he hasn't retired yet. He's continuing and continuing. But anyway, we're just so blessed to be here. I know a lot of you guys know what that means, to just keep doing the thing. But if God puts this in your hands, he's going to equip you, and he's going to teach you, and he's going to lead you. But keep your heart and mind with legacy, because everybody's about their family, right? Isn't that why we're all doing this? So think about other people's family, what it means to them. So thank you. Thank you so much.
I'd just like to wrap up with, we were doing a lot of things. We had a couple businesses going. I still work for the government, so this is my wife's business, for the record. This is for the church on 99, not mine. I support. You guys know what I mean. But we were skeptical. Why? Because I knew the patch worked, but I hadn't met the team, because we didn't know Stephen G. Because leadership is what it's about. And why do I say that? You can be led down the wrong path. I've been in leadership officially since 1977, and I'm not saying that because, well, I'm saying it because it's a long time. It's now 47 years. But I wanted to look the guys in the eyes. We didn't know the guys, so we met the guys, and we go, okay. Then we go to an event, and here's my point. In August, we went to the first event. We got involved August of 2022. We go to the first event. There are only like 1,200 people there at the corporate event. We meet these guys, we sit at the table, and then, then we keep on doing the new. We're calling our friends right off the bat because we knew we had to call our friends. We were excited. But then there was an opportunity meeting down in Sarasota where Ken and the team, Diana, and the team was there, and we've become good friends. Well, I meet Steve, and he shows me his back office, which I will tell you is more per week than I made when I first got in the Army. I'm not going to tell you the amount because that's inappropriate. But then I'm watching. The system is in place. So all we have to do is plug into the system, and as you know, we're trained to plug into the system. You cannot become a professional anything without the system. I had to go through years and years of training to be an Army officer, to be a combat veteran. Didn't just happen. You go through jump training, you go through your basic training. Here it's so simple, and then we're making money right off Jump Street because we're persistent and consistent. And my wife, I will tell you, she is on it, and I appreciate all you guys. We look forward to meeting everybody that we haven't been able to hug and just meet physically, but on Zooms. And thank you very much, Steve and Gina.
We're talking about busy people. Some of you have a lot more free time than they got. So it's time to step up. I mean, we came here to wake everybody up and say, hey, it's time to step it up for you and your family. You look at the loved ones in your face and say, hey, I want to do this for you. And there's a guy who's busier than can be. They had companies when they started, and they're rocking this thing. And I love the fact they talk about the system. Well, guess the best thing about the system? It's free. I mean, where else are you going to get someone that's going to say, for free, we're going to take and train everybody how to make it happen. So that's off the chart for everyone, and it's a team effort. If you watch our system, like go to one of our websites, this is a team, or go to our YouTube channel where all the replays are, you're never going to see, it's not a Steve and Gina show. This is everybody's show. Everybody step up, everybody is part of the team, and there's no person that's going to be, called out like they're the biggest person. We need every single person. We came here because of you. We need every one of you here that's here tonight. Everybody's different today. Everyone comes from a different background. You might think we wouldn't need you, but we need you. We need to hear your story because look at if we didn't have Paul's story, we might not have a military story. We didn't have Tommy, we might not have a police officer story. Everybody brings something different to the table, and everyone's story is touching somebody different. So we need you to go and start patching people. And it doesn't matter who you know. They're praying for financial freedom, financial stress off them, no matter what. And everyone that you know as they age, if their stem cells are going dormant, they need the X39. So now we go to it's actually now the second highest rank, but we still call it the highest rank because the company hasn't officially announced the new rank, but they give you free trips for the rank. So when you want to know how to hit it, we teach you how to do that too. But right now, highest rank in the company, senior presidential directors, Verdita and Harvey Monk are going to come up here and just tell you all this.
Hello again.
Come on, Harvey.
Well, we're just so excited for all of you because we were in a seat just like you all. The first time I remember Steve and Gina came to Atlanta. And see, that's why we appreciate them traveling around, and now they're helping us build our team. And I remember the first time we met, I think we've been in the business 2 or 3 weeks. We hit director, and we were so excited. And it's just a beautiful thing. I was not, to be honest with you, I was not interested in doing anything like this again because we've done a lot as well. But for certain reasons, I wasn't interested anymore. Same old thing. And Harvey had seen a video that came out. We've been able to help a lot of people. We're six-figure income earners as well. But guess what? We still got to go and do something to earn that money. Whereas with this, although, yes, we're working hard with this. I'm not saying we're not working hard. But it's residual income. That's different. Residual income is different from linear income where you got to go and do something over and over and over just to make some money the next month. But to help so many people do the same thing is why we're doing it, because we know that God has, this is a ministry for us. And, that's the real reason that we're doing this. But we're so thankful for everything you all do, Steve.
Oh, that was real good, Bernita. Basically what she's saying, and listen to her. Guys, I got an email before I came up here, because I knew I was coming here and I was going to give y'all some nuggets. So she gave me an email, so I took my 5-page speech down to 1 page, and I'm going to be real quick. Let's give Bernita a round of applause for listening to her. Now she doesn't have to sneak clothes in through a cleaner's bag. She can just bring them in from the mall. She used to just go to the mall, put them in like she came from the cleaners. Now, pick it out now. Guys, this is real. And the reason I'm kind of standing on this side, because if she kicks me, y'all can see. And I can have a lawsuit. But, guys, if they can come all the way up here from Florida, y'all can go all the way down there. For the right? Can we get a round of applause for them coming? Stand up to your feet, get a round of applause, and take the time out of their day to come up here and give us all of this information. Private help for you guys on a Saturday afternoon. Okay? And guys, clap because one day you're going to do something for your team. Okay, now, I'm going to get real serious about this. I was real serious earlier, now I'm going to get serious at Earth. A lot of you guys from North Carolina and the Carolinas and the East Coast know about a company called Amway. Real successful company. And they show you the basics, pretty much what Steve and Jen are showing us now. But we were in a company called Amway. We didn't make no money, but we had made a lot of friends. And there was a guy named George Hawson. And what he did, he reached the highest level. Okay? He reached the second highest level in Amway. And he would always tell us that the reason he didn't reach the top, because in all the years he was with Amway, he missed one convention. And he said, if he had gone to that convention, he would have got the information he needed to get to the next level. Greensboro, North Carolina. He was up. You guys, this could be the convention where you can get your information to raise your bleed blood. Because, guys, bleed is the fuel you need for success. You need to bleed to achieve it. I'm almost finished with it. Now, for those guys that don't know what to say, when you walk up to people, just ask them, if I can show you the way. If I can show you the way to get money as issue out of the way. If I can show you the way to get your kids out of the house. They've been living here. If I can show you the way to get your grandkids out of the house. Would you listen? Come down there to the Belief Convention and you'll find the answer. Because all the answers are going to be, all the people from all over the world will be there. And you know what? They're going to have the same challenges that you have. And lastly, now I'm in the church, so you know lastly, I got 4 more things to say. You have to have a desire. I don't care what you got, what you are, what you've been, what your title is. If you don't have the desire to serve, you can only go so far in this business. You've got to have that desire, the built-in desire. The desire that says, our claim has canceled, but we have a desire to go up there and help. Yes. And that'll lead you to here. And lastly, again, I'm in church now, 4 more lastlies. If you're not making money in your sleep, okay? If you're not making money in your sleep, if you don't find a way to make money in your sleep, you're going to work the rest of your life. I'm telling you that right now. We make so much money, I don't know, Virginia makes so much money in my sleep that she won't even wake me up. She said, keep sleeping. We're making money. So, lastly, that's lastly, and We want to thank you guys, and that's it. And thank Bishop.
Yes.
And thank everybody that said yes to success. And that's put together. Again, my name is Harvey Monk, and this is my wife, Regina Monk, and I approve this message.
Again, you're hearing from all of our friends. We didn't know each other before this business, so we've only been working together for a short period of time, and we're already seeing this kind of success and have this kind of leadership. It's incredible what we got our hands on, just the beginning. Now, this is the highest rank of the company. They haven't announced the rank, but they get free trips for it. It's called Elite Senior Presidential Director. It's a long word, okay? You might not want to be called one, but when they start paying you this kind of money, you don't care what they call you. So, highest rank of the company, Elite Senior Presidential, going to Bora Bora, Ken and Lynn Robinson from Atlanta, Georgia.
Yes, you are. Thank you so much, everyone. This has been an amazing day today. We want to thank you all for coming, and just want to tell you that our journey began when Ken, who has been in the industry, well, first of all, I think you did introduce us. We are Ken and Lynn Robinson of Atlanta, Georgia. But when we first were introduced to this, Ken had already been in the industry for over three decades. In the last 2 decades, I have always been very supportive, been in the background and just kind of being very supportive of everything. And when this technology came to us and provided it to me, at that time I had been diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis. And those symptoms were very, very painful for me. So when I put that on, and those throbbing sensations that I was always having started to diminish away. So once that happened, I said, Ken, this is doing something. I need you to really look into this because I'm feeling a lot better. And after a couple of months, I no longer have any more symptoms whatsoever. No spasms.
And you know, for you guys, my background is electrical engineer by trade. I was self-employed, and I said, oh, here we go, another one of those things. Because, you know, I got this, network marketing to me had become weird. You know what I mean? It's like, it wasn't like when we started, everybody now is selling the same things. It's like same old people, same old products, same old this, same old folks recycle, same leaders. I'm like, my goodness, man, I don't hear them. And when she gave those results to me, I said, okay, let me think about what my mentor told me. One of the most expensive things you can own is a closed mind. Open up, Ken. Let's take a look at this now. You don't want no regrets. You know that commercial, you don't want the future you to be mad at the present you. So I said, I'll take a look at it. And oh my goodness, guys, you know, we didn't quit what we were doing. First of all, we went to senior president to director in 6 months, still self-employed, general administration. And, you know, it's like, I was like, wow, you know, and guys, it's not because we're special. It's because this company and this product is very, very special. I'm going to tell you something now. This Believe concert, y'all might be the concert. You know, have singers there, right? They are. You have singers there. Remember, this Believe convention coming up in July. Some of y'all are new. And I'm talking to you. I'm talking to the new folk. On the Zoom, too. You know. You're probably saying, that's a month from now. That's a little bit over a month. I don't know if I can do it. Guys, I'm going to tell you something. My mentor made millions. When I first started this industry 3 decades ago, I was in my 20s. My mentor made millions of dollars in network marketing. You know what he told me? I got started, you know, I made $500 getting that business. $500 that I didn't have. You know, electrical engineer, I was broke at a high level. Okay, y'all know what I'm talking about. Some people, you make more money, you just spend more money. And he told me in 2 weeks there's a convention, I'm in Atlanta, there's going to be a convention in Detroit. Ken, you got to go. Why? You're teaching me, man. He said, no. You got to be at this convention. When people come back, they're going to blow right past you if you don't go. And I said, I'm a competitor. Nobody going to beat me. What do I need to do? Well, this is what it's going to cost to get in. This is the travel money. And it was like around $500. Now, I
like we flew. It was amazing. Came back within, I would say, 4 months, I quit my job. Walked away making more money in this industry than I did as an engineer. And guys, it was because I got the information. Don't let that pass you. If you can't afford to do it, that means you can't afford not to do it.
Right.
All right.
Thanks, guys. Love you guys. What a fine line. All these testimonies we heard that are, through Bishop Jackson. What if we would have said no? They would have said no. Bernita and Harvey would have said no. It's a fine line how people are hearing about the opportunity. So I think the best thing right now that we got here, we're sharing. You guys have been sitting a long time. I want you to see that, hey, we've got a team that we want everyone to win and succeed in a big way. I'm going to have my wife Gina come up here and say a few words to everyone, what she thinks that you need to hear to bless you, to see you to break out of here. Then we're going to wrap it up so we can say hello to everybody and take pictures and stuff before we got to get back on our plane. So come back up here. My wife Gina is going to share with you from her heart, and she's a blessing. I'm telling you, this gal really, you want to be good and really good.
Guys, the time is now. It's like you hear the people speaking, you hear the testimonies. It's like, okay, what more do we got to do? Maybe I got to take this stick and back you on the head or something. But come on, the timing is now. It's like, this is the meeting in this area. I mean, get excited. Because that means it's a huge, wide open opportunity. And the guy that we met in the restaurant, remember he said, and we went over to the table and we went, we're talking to all the people. And I did say to the guy, I said, you know about this product? You've been wearing this patch for 3 months? That is really selfish of you. Then I said to all the other people, I said, well, now you know where you can get the patch from, right here. And Steve and I left. But it's okay. I was kind, I was loving, but sometimes you gotta be bold and make a point, because this product is way too big to just put it on yourself and not put it on anyone else. Seriously, it is way too big. When you hear a testimony of an autistic kid, I heard it last night. We were off last night because we didn't have the flight, coming here. We were at home, and when Olga was, Javi and Olga Solis, their son is 10 years old. He got his measles shot at 2. When he woke up the next morning, he couldn't walk or talk. Okay, he's 10 now. But let me tell you what, I've got goosebumps, because this kid is he is changing daily. It is amazing. I have goosebumps all over my legs. It is absolutely amazing. So he's nonverbal, could not ride a bike since he was 2 years old, swinging a swing set since he was 2. He's 10. They flew him 3 times, I believe, to Costa Rica to get stem cell injections. She said they did help, but not like this X39 patch. So let me tell you, this is huge. This is a big deal. He is now writing his name, swinging on a swing set. So what happens was the motor skills and the brain does like a reboot, and it gets all working properly, and he can swing on a swing set now. His brain knows to tell his feet to swing. He's riding a bicycle, riding a scooter, and now I was with him, and he said P for PP. He's nonverbal. He said pad for iPad. I just sit right here and cry like a baby, because that is what you have your hands on. But that is why we are here, and we call this a wake-up call. This is big. $3.30 a day to wear the patch daily, faithfully. If you can't afford it, then let's run like you've never ran and get you making some money so you can afford it, and then you can share it and bless as many people as you possibly could imagine. That gentleman that we saw in the airport, that we put a patch on him, he said, I'm not getting in. I have a lot of money. His girlfriend said, I can't keep him to shut up. He is telling everyone about it. So if you see that you're going to put a patch on someone, they might not have a quick result. Me, I took 6 weeks. I'm very healthy. I don't have anything wrong, except married to him. I got to, It's a lot of work. I gotta clean up everything. But let me just tell you, he knows I'm teasing. It's a great, I mean, we pray for 1 year for the right product, the right company, the right ownership, because you can have the right product with the wrong ownership. We have the right ownership, guys. And we prayed, number 4 was God's favor. And we didn't pray for me and him, because I can win at anything. When I set my mind to it, I can win. I'll bulldoze down whatever I got to bulldoze down to get through it. I went to like 5 interviews for airlines and didn't get them, but got hired by 3. So it's all like, I came home and I had written down the questions as soon as I walked out of the interviews for the flight attendant. And they asked some really difficult questions. And so I wrote them down and I came home and I said, my dad, because he knew how bad I wanted. I said, Dad, you got to help me brushing up my skills. I got to know when they ask me a question, boom, I got to have the right answer. So whatever you're doing and building the business, if you're not getting the results, stop, listen to what you're saying. Maybe you're and you're talking too much. Maybe you're talking too much about the science. Maybe they want the money. You gotta stop. You gotta think. You gotta shift what you're saying. And it's just a little tweak. It's so simple. You got this. You got this. It's amazing. I mean, we are on our game with Steve and I and all the senior presidential directors. We created this website. Thisisn'tinfo.com. That is you don't have to know everything. I just say, look at this tiny little device. The technology, no one has it. It's patented. And I tell them, nothing goes in your body, nothing goes through your body. Come here, I'm going to put a patch on you right now. If they don't let me put a patch on them, I am like walking away. I do not have time. Because go down the highway and every car is filled with people and they all have stem cells. So I don't stress myself. When he was telling you about the girl in the restaurant, and she said, no, I don't want to be healthy. You know what I said to myself? I didn't take it like hurtful. I said, God, in the name of Jesus, what just came out of her mouth, she spoke death on her body. I rebuke that in Jesus' name. Give her health, give her a long-lasting life. I'm not jealous. I don't care. If she doesn't want health, she doesn't know. She doesn't know. And you know what? She's a bully because the other 3 girls didn't say nothing. So obviously that was, boom, she's a bully. So they were afraid to say, oh, well, I'm interested. Then she asked me to explain it. No, I'm not going to explain it to you. And I had a smile on my face, and I said, no, I'm not going to explain it to you. You told me that you don't want better health. It's okay. I'm going to enjoy my lunch with my friends. You have to be strong, and you have to be confident, because let me tell you what, this product is a game changer. The company, once you start building and you get this certain structure down, I'm talking Johnny bar the door, you can't stop it. And the money's going to start kicking in. You're going to be blown away at what you're going to get, what you're going to receive, the trips that you're going to go on. It is absolutely first class, exceptional. It's amazing. I mean, everyone's like, oh my gosh, aren't you guys tired? No, why are we tired? I didn't do anything all day. I mean, I got on a plane, I sat, I talked with Tommy and Ingrid. We're here. This is not difficult work. You want to know what tired is? I'll tell you what tired is. When I worked for Delta Airlines, we lived in Atlanta for 6 months, and we lived, or Gainesville, Georgia, rather. That's the Atlanta area. We lived in Gainesville, Georgia for 6 months, and we lived in West Palm Beach for 6 months. He was a pro water skier. I was a flight attendant. We had kids. We would literally pack up their bunk beds. We would take down our bunk beds, load them in a U-Haul, take the worst car ever from Palm Beach to Atlanta, and he doesn't stay awake driving, and we would come back. And we'd come back and forth, and I'd have to come back and get a boat, and then I would come back. I didn't sleep. That's tired. I was the cook and the cleaner for 30 students at a time that lived with us, and I was a full-time flight attendant for Delta Airlines. That is tired. This is not tired. This is easy peasy, I'm telling you. You are going to be blown away at once you start. You get your verbiage down. I say the same thing almost every time. If I see a sharp girl, oh my gosh, you'd be great at this. Well, what is it? I wear my patch behind my neck because it's closer, and I like to just pull my hair up and kind of show it off. Everybody has their different way, but I like that technique, putting it on your arm so I can just, Oh, and I love that hangnail idea. Everything they got. Oh, that's why I wear this patch. I mean, that's back with people. Amazing, Linda Somersault. Amazing. I'm telling you, we have this system, guys. If you're nervous to talk to people, it's okay. Do you see that when we're in the car? I didn't say to Steve, aren't you going to talk to him? You know, I said, hey, Steve, tell him about what we're doing. You got to, women, you got to be, we can be really tough bullies. You know, we can be at times. You know, it's just the way God made us different than him. But you can't be like, you have to be like, hey, I said, hey, Steve, here, show him what we're doing. I didn't say, talk to him, come on, you're not going to talk to him? You got to be like words of encouragement. If you want to go big and you want to go fast, you want to get her done, I'm telling you, it's amazing, and it's such a simple technique that you can use, but you just have to encourage him. He doesn't talk good to people. You know, I'm going up to everyone, say, Steve, come meet this person. Hey, let's go talk to that person. I'm not afraid to talk to someone. I'm not afraid of a no. And I'm not afraid, you know, if someone just looks at me and they roll their eyes, I don't care. If they don't want to have better health, it's okay. Everybody can have their choice, but don't complain. That's my line. Don't complain about your health, and don't complain about your finances, because I just offered you something big. David Albee, it's good to see you here. David Albee is a Prevost driver. He's a good friend of ours, and he's a Prevost driver for, oh my gosh, can I say Kennedy, Chesney, Amy Grant, come on, give me names. Keith Urban. And we're going to patch him, right, David Albee? I said, David Albee, you better patch them. He said, oh no, I don't want you to marry Maddie. I don't want to patch him. But what an amazing opportunity to have you guys. Thank you for letting us use this church, guys. Thank you for opening it up. You're so kind. You're so loving. Listen, this is the sad part. Our pilots said they had to leave by a certain time because they left at 5 a.m. They had camping on the clock. We have to be taking off at 4 p.m. I am so terrible. I feel so sorry. It was not worth $20,000, their short little thing they did. They worked 2.5 hours to get us here and 2.5 hours home. But they came from Jacksonville. But guys, we did the best we could, and I'm telling you, we're safe. That's all that matters, right? Steve, I said, Steve, we tried. But to be honest with you, we had driven so much on the trip that I looked at him, and he doesn't stay awake. He falls asleep driving. It's just something that happens. His mother does it. We drive with one eye. Like, how in the world do you see the road with your eyes, about your eyes, you know? And I'm talking eating. I've never seen a human eat so much and behind a wheel in my life. Eat and drink. When we're in our motor coach, I just want to get sick. He goes, can you give me a coffee? I said, do you think that you're on an airplane and I'm your flight attendant? This is ridiculous. I'm exhausted. You should see us. I put in the drawer next to him when he drives because he can't stay awake, right? I put 5 apples. So here he is driving. In his little drawer, I have 5 apples here. I have bags of chips, bag of candy, 3 drinks, and I'm sitting down for like 10 minutes, and then he's asking for something. I'm like, oh boy. But anyways, hey, we're here. So we need a driver, is what we need. David Albee, we need a driver. So, what a blessing, guys. This is a big deal. This is a big deal for you to take action of what you got your hands on. And is it easy? It's not always easy, but once you get it down, it's like me being a flight attendant. The first time I got on the airplane, I thought, oh my gosh, I'm thinking to myself, where's the oxygen? Where's where's the life vest? Where's everything at? Going through my brain. And I thought, oh my gosh, I think I'm just going to tell the airlines that someone pushed me out because I was so nervous thinking where everything was, But to think about it, I had to go to training for 6 weeks, and then every year you have to go for a whole day of training. So this is similar to this. Anything you do in life, you have to do continuing education, you have to do this, you have to do that. So literally, it is incredible. Coming to the Believe Convention, I know they've hammered it a lot, but I cannot say enough. You will come home locked, loaded, know exactly what to do. And if you come to me and you say, I didn't get one thing out of it, Steve will give you your money back, not me. He will. I'm telling you, I had someone come to an pay for my wife is the brand partner, and oh, I have to pay for myself too. I said, yes, sir, you do. But you know what? I'll pay your way in. It was a Saturday, just a plain Saturday teaching. I'll pay for your way to get in. So I paid for his way. I said, there's one thing. If you come back to me at the end and you didn't get one thing out of it, you don't owe me the money. But if you got one thing out of it, you owe me the money. So he went in and he came back out. I'll never forget this. And he goes, oh my gosh, this was incredible. I said, give me my money. Anyways, guys, it's been a pleasure, a blessing to be here. You have the most amazing, incredible leadership here. Grab a hold of them. Wear them out. Come on. That's what they want to do. They want to help you. All of them flew in, drove in. I'm telling you, grab them. If your upline is not here, then get a hold of them and tell them, okay, I'm doing a house party on this day. Be here. So, and that's the other thing I want to really encourage you that Tommy and Ingrid were up here talking, and on the way here, they said that she went through her phone. This is crazy. I learned something from her. She printed all of her names. She sent her contact names and numbers to her Google email. She printed them out, guys. She sorted them through the phone and the computer with 561 area codes. They did a home party last Saturday. 25 new people from her phone that know her heart, that know her somehow. Is that amazing? So now they're doing another party, and she's got like what is it? The other area code 3 and 4 to 305, 407, and 561. So now they're doing another party next Saturday. Now that is genius. That's 8,000 names right there in her phone. Maybe some are in her business, maybe some aren't. But that's a lot of names. I guarantee she doesn't have all those people in her business yet. But she's guaranteed going to tell them about it. So I wanted to give you that little tidbit. I thought that was amazing that I learned from her on the way here. And she said all she did was send it to Google. I'm going to have one of my kids help me. Because I'm not good on the computer. But who's coming up next?
You're wrapping it up.
You come up here.
Give Gina a hand. You're the next leader. It's time for you to step up. Let's make it happen. We can't do it with the few that we have. So we've got to, all of us together as a team, make this happen. This is just the beginning. You've got first mover advantage. Keep it simple. We have, if it was me and I was in your shoes, I would go to our YouTube channel. This is a team. Put the earpods in, AirPods, whatever, and listen to every single Saturday teaching. Go to the playlist and go to Saturday teachings and listen to a different one every single day where you're going throughout your day. If you like one, listen to it a couple times. Once you do that for about 2 weeks, you'll have everything down. And like Gina said, listen to some of the opportunity meetings too, because you can hear the testimonies. You see us flip through the chart a few times, like about 10, 12 times. You got it yourself.
Well, you're going to hear different nuggets. Every time a different speaker speaks, you're going to hear a different nugget that you're going to go, whoa, I love that. Like Linda with her, oh, that's why we're this patch. Oh, you got that? That's why we're this patch. I mean,
I got something to add. I got something to add. The next time someone says, hey, I don't have any money for that. That's why we're this patch. So we got, again, just as a team, we're all in this together. Remember this much. Don't forget Monday that we're all here together, and whoever else is in here is going to be talking to somebody. Like Gina said, at least she's showing you, telling you that Steve has that weakness of starting the conversation, opening up, meeting somebody new. So the point is that everyone brings something different to the table, and we need you to tell everybody what's going on, because once you do it, you can't deny that you can coach it because you went through it. So I'm telling you, it's just the beginning of what's about to happen. It's going to be wild. David Schmidt, Gina looked him in the eye when we met him and said, can you keep up with us? And we were down on our luck. I'll just let you know. I don't know where that came from. Was it in our notes? But she just came out and said, can you keep up with us? And he said, I up right now with $1 billion worth of patches a year. And he hasn't had one, they have never in the history, ever. They're blown away by the volume that's going on, but we are not, Tony's not, Ingrid and Tommy, Linda, Verdita and Harvey, they're not surprised. Andy's not surprised, my friend, right? So point is that we're not all surprised, the corporate's surprised, but we're going to $1 billion. And now they geared up with robots. When we first started, they used people. But picture
Carol Burnett. Sorry, not Carol Burnett. Lucille Ball and the chocolates. And she can't keep up with putting the chocolates in the box at the factory, and she starts eating them.
That's how
They couldn't keep up with the patches, the people. So now they got robotic machines to do all that. I picture Lucille Ball, with Ronnie Head.
they're geared up for a $2 billion. I've never been part of $2 billion. I've taken companies to $1 billion. The two companies we were in, one of them got sold, so one that we took to $1 billion, the next one was at $500 million, we took it to $1 billion. So this is going to be an amazing ride. I've never seen this is the best product, best technology you could ever have in our industry because it's so simple to talk about it and it works. Because it works, it lights up the comp plan. Don't ever say to me, I got a great comp plan if you got a bunch of crappy products. Well, you got to have a product like this to light up the comp plan, and it is going to be wild what's about to happen for every single one of you. So we're excited that David is prepared. Hasn't been a hiccup, by the way, on the logistics of delivering the product since we started. That's a miracle in itself. So we're excited to be partnered up with you. We're going to stick around a little bit. We got like 3 minutes to say hello.
Yep, so hey, I just want to close out the Zoom. Thank you, Nate, the great. Everybody on the Zoom, have a blessed weekend. Remember, your business doesn't end till Sunday night at midnight. Monday night, we will be live at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Same link, same passcode 39. And it'll be Steve and I live in Coral Springs, Florida. Hope you guys aren't tired of us. Anyways, God bless you guys. Have a fantastic weekend. And angels around everyone who's driving home. God bless. Thank you, Nate. You can turn it off.
Okay, guys, I'm not going to have much time for pictures, so if you get pictures, good, but we're going to be walking out of the door. So first come, first serve. All right.